The following is a presentation of DRG Media Group Sports.
Hey, very good Friday evening, everybody. A night of high school football is coming your way on 100.7 FM, KMLO, DRGnews.com. I'm Brian Oakland filling in for Dave Williams, who's been doing most of the games this season so far, coming from River 92.7, where the Peer Governors have the night off, and felt like taking a road trip. Glad to come here to Faith, South Dakota, with the Longhorns. The home team will entertain the North Central Thunder. North Central out of Class 9 AA, coming in 1-1 off of a bye week. Faith is 2-1 in their first 3 games of the season out of region or classification 9B. Looking forward to a good competitive ball game here tonight on KMLO Country. Or I should say KMLO coverage of high school football with North Central and Faith is being made possible by Bowdle Healthcare, First State Bank of Roscoe, Cowk's Meat Market, Drake's Place in Bowdle, and by Dakota Insurance Solutions, by Rock Tough, Arts Body Shop, Roscoe Hardware, Double M Crop Service, and Turner Drug, Dale's Building Supplies, Core Trust Bank, Seed Solutions of Roscoe, and Premier Equipment, and AP Express. Our coverage of high school football brought to you within the broadcast as well by Jensen Rock and Sand, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, CHS River Plains and Campbell County Collision Center, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Montana Dakota Utilities, by Agtegra, Family Dental of Pier and Gettysburg, Venture Communications, and Real Tough Farm Products. Tune in for the at the end of each of our quarter breaks of the Real Tough Farm Product Scoreboard by thanks to Real Tough Farm Products in Mobridge. And we are able to live stream at drgnews.com, the KMLO page, and we can thank our video sponsors, CHS River Plains and Canby's Pass, for making that a possibility. We'll have the scoreboard available there and keep up to date on that as well, our video scoreboard on our live video stream, thanks to Mobridge Regional Hospital and Clinics. So here we are, week 4 of the high school football season already, as we're just a couple of weeks into September, but for one of these teams already going to be halfway through the season after tonight. 4 games down, 4 to go. That'll be Faith. North Central, who had their bye week last week, will have 3 games coming in when this one is said and done. Got plenty to talk about as we make ready for this broadcast, and a nice night for football as it's turned out. Cooler weather has prevailed, and the sun is starting to shine in that western sky as well here in Faith. So we're clear of the rain showers, and just a nice cool night for high school football. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back and we'll get into the pregame show, in which we'll talk about keys to success for both of these teams, take a look at how things have gone so far and what we expect out of them tonight and what they'll need to do to come out of here with W's. And we've got a look at kind of how things are shaping up at the top of the classifications for both of these teams. We'll look at the area schedule and, of course, all that and more. We've got starting lineups coming up later on as well. In 3 minutes, our pregame begins as we've got the North Central Thunder and the Faith Longhorns on 100.7 FM KMLO, live streaming again at drgnews.com.
DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Do you want to be around for your kids and grandkids? Then take care of yourself at the Bowdle Healthcare Center. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in American men. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed each year with prostate cancer, and 1 in 41 will die. That's why the Bowdle Healthcare Center reminds you to schedule your prostate exam to help you keep safe. Although serious, early detection can save your life. Call the Bowdle Healthcare Center at 285-6832 to schedule your appointment today.
Fatten up your savings at First State Bank of Roscoe. We offer a variety of savings options to help you plan for a comfortable future. We'll examine your current financial situation and long-term goals to create a customized savings plan just for you. That's First State Bank of Roscoe with branches in Eureka and Bowdle. Your locally owned, independent community bank. Member FDIC.
A relationship you can bank on. First State Bank of Roscoe.
At Couch's Meat Market in Eureka, we are proud to provide you with all your processing, smoking, and curing needs since 1982. Whether it's pork, beef, or sausage, we will cut and wrap it to your specifications. We also have an incredible selection of meat for your dinner table every day, as well as a cooler full of brats, snack sticks, jerky, sausage, amazing cheeses, cheese curds, and more. Come on in and get what you need. We're always happy to see you at Couch's Meat Market in Eureka. You can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat.
All of us at Drake's Place C-Store in Bowdle invite you to stop by before or after the game. Hi, this is Ryan Drake, reminding you that we have everything you need to fill up both your tank and your appetite. Choose from subs, pizzas, chicken, or one of our delicious burgers. We also carry snacks, beverages, and more. After the game, meet your friends for a beer and some snacks while you talk over the game, or fill up your tank at the Drake's Place in Bowdle, proud sponsor of this game.
At Jensen Rock and Sand and Mowbridge, we work hard together as a team to make sure all your needs are met when it comes to your residential and commercial construction.
Whether it's a simple pail of rock or an entire basement, our staff will make sure you get what you need and back it up with the service that we've based our business on.
We want to take this time to wish the Mowbridge Pollock athletes the best in the game and the season. Good luck from all of us at Jensen Rock and Sand of Mowbridge.
Call 845-7213 today at Jensen Rock and Sand.
Welcome back to Faith on the Western Prairie as we get into our pregame show. North Central and Faith Longhorns as well, and our broadcast originates from the Jensen Rock and Sand broadcast booth that is built and furnished by Jensen Rock and Sand in Mowbridge, so to speak, as they say they support Mowbridge High School athletics. Their Tigers are playing Redfield on Star 99 tonight. We'll keep you updated on that one, but of course they support all high school athletes as well. So thanks again to Jensen Rock and Sand for giving us our broadcast booth from which to originate our coverage of high school football here in Faith tonight. As we take a look at what's coming up or what's been going on for both of these teams in their seasons so far, you got the North Central Thunder coming in to play their third game of the season. They are coming off a bye week. 3 weeks ago, they were a little overmatched in their loss to Warner 50-0 in week number 1, but they bounced back and beat Northwestern 18-12. That game again 2 weeks ago, so they haven't played since, and expecting another good matchup here tonight against Faith. And right now, looking at the 9AA power rankings, North Central in that 1-1 record, currently sitting in a tie for 13th out of 22 teams in that 9AA. Obviously a long way to go with the full 6 games to go for Coach Dana Strong and his bunch. But the Faith Longhorns have played 3 games in 3 weeks and a 2-1 mark so far. They've had home wins over Dupree 14-13, and a couple of weeks ago over Newell 46-0 with a good defensive showing there. Last week they go up to Harding County. We're trailing just 13-0 at the half, but did lose 46-6. Harding County, maybe not what they usually are from what we think of them. them, but still, Harding County is Harding County out in this neck of the woods, and that's always a tough place to go and try to win a football game. So it didn't come up on the good end for Faith that weekend, but we'll see if a home field advantage holds true for them again tonight, as so far they're 2-0 on their home field. Longhorns are 10th out of 20 teams currently power ranked in Class 9B so far. Struggle for the Longhorns, though. The difficulty really for Coach Brian Berglund and crew is that Coach tells us that they do have a number of players who are injured. 5 of their 20 rostered players will not play tonight due to injuries, so they've had to do some makeshifting and shift some people around, maybe play positions they weren't starting the season and playing, and could be a little bit difficult for Faith in that regard, but we'll see what they can put on the field with the effort that they'll be able to bring tonight. Taking a look at 9AA, where North Central is concerned, we mentioned them. 13th out of 22 power rated. The top 5 have Hamlin and Howard, who are both 3-0. Howard is the number 1 ranked team in Class 9AA, according to the media pollsters. Elkton, Lake Benton, Freeman Mary, and Freeman Academy are all 3-0, as are the Wall Eagles from the western part of the state. Class 9B, the top 5 include Harriet Selby, the Wolverines, and their 2-0 start, as obviously a mainstay here on KMLO. We'll keep tabs on how they're doing. They're actually hosting Newell tonight and homecoming night in Selby. Selby Buttes is 3-0. They're the second seeded team right now. Kadoka area at 2-1. Hitchcock Tulare is 3-0, and then a three-way tie also at 2-1, but power rated 5th are Avon, Corsica, Stickney, and DeSmet in Class 9B. Schedule of games featuring North Central South Dakota teams, including North Central here at Faith on KMLO. Faulkton area is playing host to Langford tonight. Northwestern goes to Ipswich. Sully Buttes hosting Sunshine Bible Academy. Dupree goes to Timber Lake tonight to tangle with the Panthers. It is Hovens homecoming, where the Potter County Battlers will entertain Warner. Newell, as we mentioned, at Harriet Selby tonight, and the Mobridge Tigers on Star 99 playing host to the Redfield Pheasants. Couple of All-Nations Conference teams in action as well. Shine Eagle Butte, Teospadopa is at Lower Brule tonight, and then tomorrow the McLaughlin Mustangs host Marty. That's a schedule of games that are going on around North Central South Dakota here in the KMLO listening area in South Dakota tonight. Let's take another 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with more on our pregame show, start talking keys to success as we get closer to kickoff. North Central and Faith coming up. Your keys to success will be brought to you by CHS River Plains. By the way, on the way out of this break, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminding us all as they celebrate being a part of a team, remember to buckle up every trip, every time. That's the reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. We're back in 3 minutes to talk the keys to success. Next, you're listening to regional coverage of high school football on KMLO and drgnews.com.
Insurance can be confusing. What to insure, how much to insure? At Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe, an ISB agency in Ipswich, they care about you and your needs. Give them a call to discuss your present insurance coverage to make sure you're insured properly and at a fair price. Give them a call at Dakota Insurance Solutions in Roscoe at 287-4686 or ISB Agency Ipswich at 426-6243. Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe and ISB Agency in Ipswich are proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Rock Tough of Roscoe, they have you covered when it comes to your equipment. Whether it's new or used equipment for purchase or rental, or repair of your equipment, Rock Tough is here for you. For a complete listing of their large selection of inventory for rent or for sale, log on to rocktough.net. Give Dennis a call at 287-4133. That's 287-4133 to see what Rock Tough can do for you. Good luck, North Central Thunder, from everyone at Rock Tough in Roscoe.
Nobody wants to get in an accident, but if you do, Art's Body Shop in Eureka is the only call you need to make. Art's Body Shop, the finest in auto body repair and painting, has the team to do it all. They offer complete collision repair, 4-hour wreck service, rock chip repair, complete windshield replacement, and locksmith services. So when life throws you a dent, Art's Body Shop can pull it out. Call 284-2524. Art's Body Shop, where the service is excellent and the final result is even better.
Roscoe Hardware is your full-service local hardware store with thousands of products for home improvement, lawn and garden, lots of home decor, and as an Ashley furniture dealer, you can get furniture for every room in the house. Plus, they offer plumbing services and a whole lot more. Why wait for service at a big box store when you can have the personal attention you deserve right on Main Street in Roscoe? With monthly flyers, you'll find savings you can't pass up at Roscoe Hardware.
Teamwork is the key to success, whether you are on the football field or in your cornfield. Hi, this is Mike Kessel from Double M Crop Service in Bowdle. You can use my 15 years of crop insurance experience to have a winning season with your farming operation. Call me at 605-281-1551 to discuss your strategy. As a team, we can win. Double M Crop Service is an equal opportunity agency.
You asked, we listened. CHS River Plains now has grain marketing at the farm gate. Barb Gorjuski and Jason Euchre are hitting the country providing grain buying services where it's convenient for you. So whether you prefer to call and talk to our grain marketers or have the origination team come to you, we'll be there. We can help build a marketing plan, execute a current plan, and help decide when it's the best time and way to sell your crop so it's right for your operation and your bottom line. CHS River Plains, making it as convenient as possible to build a successful marketing plan for your specific needs.
Back again in Faith for high school football tonight. Brian Oakland ready to go with play-by-play. It's Daniel Peterson back in our KMLO studios running the show and keeping us up and running. We thank him for his services here tonight in putting a good product on the air. We certainly hope you enjoy our coverage. And again, if you are know somebody within a reach of a computer or a cellular phone, you can go to the DRG News app or drgnews.com and pull up the KMLO page. You'll be able to see this game as well as hear it on KMLO. We talked Keys to Success. We just heard from CHS River Plains serving cities throughout central and north central South Dakota, and Keys to Success as we see this game coming in. I think for the North Central Thunder, after a bye week and maybe getting some early bumps and bruises all healed up, it's an opportunity to come out here, and whether they realize that Faith is going to be a little bit undermanned or not, perhaps just an opportunity to try to continue with what was working for them in their previous game, which was an 18-12 win over the Northwestern Wildcats. Now, North Central may have a bit of a size advantage in this game, and obviously if they realize that and can use that to their advantage, they may be able to get the running game going here tonight. Watching them in pregame warm-ups, though, you do see them running some warm-up plays and in a passing formation and things like that, so they may try to throw the ball as well. If we get into a passing situation or if kicking games, punting, and kickoffs come into play, this field set up in an east-west direction. The wind is blowing out of the west, so that's not a major wind, but 10 to maybe 12 or 15 miles an hour at times. And yeah, that can cut into some of the attempts to throw the ball, especially for teams that are going to be traveling from our right to left as you watch this game here. Or visualize it with our call as well. But we'll see what North Central can do. I think especially if they can set up the run, maybe get into some play action pass situations and come with a good pass protection as well. Give their quarterback some time to throw the football. That's going to be key to success for them. But I think for the Faith Longhorns, CHS River Plains keys to success have to be just a matter of coming out here with a makeshift lineup. Once again, there are 5 players, and a number of them regular starters from earlier in the season that are not playing due to injury. So a new quarterback running the show, but a pretty good athlete, according to Coach Brian Berglund, and in Jess Harper, and a big guy, too. So it could be a tough guy to bring down. Normally has been a tight end, but just again, you kind of need to get your best athlete when your quarterback, when your starting quarterback goes down. Maybe a little too much youth and a little bit undersized for their backup quarterback otherwise. But I think for Faith, it's just going to be trying to come together as a team and make plays on the field. The quarterback, again, Brig Price, the senior starter, did go down in the second quarter of game number 1, so the Longhorns have had really 2.5 games so far with their newer quarterbacks. So I think Jess Harper going to be ready to go, but Brian Berglund did say key to success was protecting the quarterback first and foremost. And again, if you're doing that against or with a smaller offensive line, maybe against a bigger defensive line, which may be the case tonight, certainly going to be up to that front line of the Longhorns to keep their quarterback on his feet when they need to throw the football. But they'll try to run the football too, and Coach said he really didn't know if they could against that bigger Thunder defensive line, but we'll see if he can use the run enough to set up the pass and see if Faith can get some guys and some quickness in open spaces. That could create some big playmaking ability for the Longhorns tonight. Now, one thing also that North Central is going to have to deal with, Faith is used to it because it's their home field, but this is one of the kind of the leftover 80-yard fields. We've got 40 yards to our left, 40 yards to our right, and an 80-yard field, and it's only 40 yards wide instead of the customary 53 and some odd feet. But that's one thing not only the teams will have to adjust to, but the announcer will have to do that as well. Should be a good time tonight. Those are some keys to success, though, as we see them coming into this contest tonight with North Central and Faith. Keys to success, thanks again to CHS River Plains for giving us our keys to success. Another 3-minute timeout. Your starting lineups will be next as we continue with our pregame show. Kickoff about 6 minutes away, and starting lineups will be next. You're listening to KMLO, coverage of regional high school football.
Healthcare is confusing. And that prescription drug plan? Relax. Call us at Turner Drug in Bowdle. Hi, this is Jackie, inviting you to be honestly informed and confident in all your single visits. We have a full-time pharmacist who likely knows you, your family, your parents. It's a generational thing, and it benefits your health in many ways. Take advantage of years of knowledge and local experience at Turner Drug in Bowdle.
Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe is proud to be a North Central Thunder sports sponsor. Dale's Building Supply carries high-quality lumber, siding, a large selection of shingles, decking materials, windows, doors, cabinets, paint, and much more. Let Dale and the staff help you with your next building project with their years of knowledge and expertise. They're locally owned and appreciate all their customers. Good luck, Thunder, from the crew at Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe.
Core Trust Bank offers a bit of tradition mixed with innovative solutions that go above and beyond. From the diverse products we offer and local decision-making, we continually reach higher to serve you, our valued customers. This is Brock Knoll, Branch Manager, inviting you to come see us so we can learn about your future plans and goals. You can count on us to be there. Raise your expectations with Core Trust Bank in Bowdle, member FDIC.
Pre-book quality seed from Seed Solutions Now. Partner with a company that offers quality seed knowledge and customer service in the Leola and Roscoe areas. Order now and pay later with great financing available at Seed Solutions, Winsman, Ray Hybrids, Golden Harvest, and Legend. The Roscoe area, call Gary at 228-1756. That's 228-1756. Or Joel at 281-1000, 281-1000. In the Leola area, call Gary or Joel or Chris at 380-8862. That's 380-8862.
Premier Equipment in Eureka is dedicated to providing the best service and advice for their customers. If you're in the market for a newer used tractor, to boomers or round balers, they can help you with your equipment needs. They know that your success is their success. At Premier Equipment, they offer a full line of parts, supplies, and they're also your full-service New Holland farm equipment dealer. Premier Equipment in Eureka is proud to be a high school sports sponsor.
Campbell County Collision in Harriet is there to serve you. Owned and operated by Bob and Kim Shadwell, Campbell County Collision repairs and paints all makes and models of vehicles. They do windshield and glass replacement. They're even a frame and alignment center. And now they're an authorized Scorpion spray-on bedliner dealer. The next time you have an uh-oh with your vehicle, take it to the pros at Campbell County Collision in Harriet. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Stop by or call 437-2355.
Back again at Faith, and you have just heard from Campbell County Collision Center in Harriet, and they bring us our starting lineups here tonight. Starters For the North Central Thunder, looks something like this on offense, led by their quarterback, a sophomore at 165 pounds. That's Bo Schilling. Behind him in the backfield, the fullback Landon Wolf, a 190-pound senior, along with Kason Hinton, the featured back, a senior at 165. Out wide will be Cole Bukowski, a 160-pound senior wide receiver. On the line in the middle, it's Hudson Drake, the big 300-pound junior, flanked by the Triton Grychek on the left guard spot, a 170-pound senior. Ian Heinrich, a junior at 200 on the right guard spot. And the ends will be Dawson Walls on the left side, a junior at 185. Spencer Beakler, a senior at 185, the right end for the North Central Thunder. A couple of guys will start on defense only as well for North Central, including defensive tackle Bryson Hartling in one of the middle, the interior down lineman, a senior at 200 pounds. Dawson Walls will go defense as well, with the other defensive tackle. Defensive ends are Spencer Beakler and Ian Heinrich. Linebackers on the outside, Kason Hinton and Bo Schilling. Landon Wolf is the linebacker in the middle. On the Thunder D, Cole Bukowski at one safety, and Sean Upp, a sophomore at 150 pounds, also starting on defense for the North Central Thunder, who are 1-1 on the season, head coached by Dana Strong, assisted by Nicholas Weismantel, Dylan Rohrbach, John Huber, and Jonathan Farger. The starting lineups from Campbell County Collision Center. The Campbell County Collision starters for the Faith Longhorns. And again, a makeshift lineup, but this is how they'll go on offense. It's Jess Harper, a senior at 210 pounds, running the show at quarterback, a left-handed thrower for what that's worth. In the backfield, Wasey Nelson, a senior fullback, goes 185 pounds. Lanny Brooks, the featured running back, at a senior at 160. Caden Selby is out wide as a receiver at 170 pounds. He is a junior. On the line, Jaden Selby, a 190-pound sophomore, for an injured Jaden Hayford, a 220-pound junior as well. And out on the ends, Matthew Gray, a senior at 205 pounds. Rylan Palmer, a 175-pound senior, is the other end, as Jess Harper, now that quarterback, used to be one of the starting ends as well. Defensively, in the middle, it'll be Jaden Hayford as a defensive tackle, Andrew Gifford at defensive end, and also Wasey Nelson, D-end. For the Longhorns, Ty Arneson comes in at a linebacker, a 160-pound sophomore, to join Lanny Brooks and Jess Harper and Matthew Gray in those linebacking spots. And the defensive backfield consists of Rylan Palmer at a cornerback spot, and Caden Selby, the safety. For the 2-1 Faith Longhorns, head coached by Brian Berglund, assisted by Riley Garrigan and Cody Schulke. Those are your starting lineups, sponsored by the Campbell County Collision Center in Harriet. Got another starting lineup to bring to you. That is the naming of tonight's game officials, and they are the law on the field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. From the Rapid City area, the referee is Jesse Strickers, the umpire Larry Prince, head linesman Larry Reinhardt, line judge Genevieve Dement Osborne, and the back judge Ty McGuire. Our game officials, the law on the field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. We take a 3-minute break. We've got more of our pregame coming up.
Wherever you're going today, don't go hungry. At AP Express in Roscoe, they are your go-to spot for signature hot stuff pizza and a whole lot more. Everything is made fresh, from the breakfast burritos, hot sandwiches, cheesy garlic bread, burgers, appetizers, pizza, and sweet desserts. Diesel and gasoline are at the pumps 24/7. Don't drive by, stop by, and feed your craving. Good luck in the game from the entire team at AP Express in Roscoe on Highway 12 in Roscoe. And take care of yourself. The Bowdle Center. Prostate cancer is a common cancer in American men. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed each year with prostate cancer, and 1 in 41 will die. That's why the Bowdle Healthcare Center reminds you to schedule your prostate exam to help you keep safe. Although serious, early detection can save your life. Call the Bowdle Healthcare Center at 285-6832 to schedule your appointment today.
Fatten up your savings at First State Bank of Roscoe. We offer a variety of savings options to help you plan for a comfortable future. We'll examine your current financial situation and long-term goals to create a customized savings plan just for you. That's First State Bank of Roscoe, with branches in Eureka and Bowdle, your locally owned, independent community bank. Member FDIC.
A relationship you can bank on. First State Bank of Roscoe.
At Couch Meat Market in Eureka, we are proud to provide you with all your processing, smoking, and curing needs since 1982. Whether it's pork, beef, or sausage, we will cut and wrap it to your specifications. We also have an incredible selection of meat for your dinner table every day, as well as a cooler full of brats, snack sticks, jerky, sausage, amazing cheeses, cheese curds, and more. Come on in and get what you need. We're always happy to see you at Couch Meat Market in Eureka. You can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat.
All of us at Drake's Place C-Store in Bowell invite you to stop by before or after the game. Hi, this is Ryan Drake, reminding you that we have everything you need to fill up both your tank and your appetite. Choose from subs, pizzas, chicken, or one of our delicious burgers. We also carry snacks, beverages, and more. After the game, meet your friends for a beer and some snacks while you talk over the game, or fill up your tank at the Drake's Place in Bowell, proud sponsor of this game.
Every day, you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 100.7 FM, KMLO, Lowry Mobridge. Arrive alive, don't text and drive.
Coach for Longhorns, Brian Berglund, assisted by...
And once again, we welcome you back to our coverage of regional high school football tonight on KMLO and DRGnews.com. I'm Brian Oakland with a play-by-play. The pregame show just about coming to an end as both teams have been announced on the field. You've got North Central, the Thunder, taking on the Faith Longhorns. We welcome you once again to Faith, South Dakota. We are again live streaming on the KMLO page of DRGnews.com and the DRG News app, which is downloadable for iPhones and Androids and sponsored by the Golden Buffalo in Lower Brule, South Dakota. Once again, the law on the field from the Rapid City area, Jesse Strickers, the referee, along with Larry Prince, umpire, head linesman Larry Reinhardt, line judge Genevieve Dement Osborne, and the back judge Ty McGuire. Yes, a female in the football officiating crew. I have seen Miss Genevieve Dement Osborne officiating basketball on a number of occasions. She does a fine job, and I don't know how many female officials there are doing high school football, but certainly a tip of the hat to Genevieve and to all of our officials. We thank them for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school football, high school sports in general. We've got pretty much everything but the coin flip, which is going on right now in the middle of the field, and we've got the kickoff coming up. Our opening kick is brought to you on KMLO broadcast by Montana Dakota Utilities. They're in the community to serve. Let's hear from them. And our opening kick coming up Friday night under the lights from Faith on the way. KMLO and DRGnews.com.
Montana Dakota Utilities' slogan, "In the community to serve," goes beyond providing safe and reliable electric and natural gas service. MDU and its dedicated employees are committed to the communities they serve, work, and live. Just like the dedicated area students and coaches are committed to having the best season possible. Best of luck for a successful season to all area teams from Montana Dakota Utilities, proud to sponsor the area youth.
Montana Dakota Utilities, the kickoff coming up as the home team, Faith Longhorns, have won the toss, but they will defer, and it'll be North Central to receive. North Central in their road white jerseys, red numbers, royal blue on the sleeves, black pants, and black helmets. As well, the co-op of Eureka Bowdle and Edmonds Central, Roscoe Hardware. It's good to have everybody joining us from that neck of the woods. Of course, Faith, who has had a long-standing good run of football tradition in this neck of the woods as well. Going back a number of years, a couple of trips to the Dakota Dome in Class 9B, and we'll see what we've got coming up for you tonight. So once again, it's North Central to receive the opening kick. Faith in their home black on black jerseys with the white numbers and orange trim, orange belts on black pants and black helmets as they'll come to our right and kick off from right to left. North Central will send 2 back deep. Kason Hinton and Cole Bukowski will be calling some of these names an awful lot tonight. And kicking, Jaden Hayford, big guy for the Faith Longhorns. Right in front of us is the 40-yard line, so 10 yards to the right. They'll kick off from the 30 on this 80-yard field. 40 yards right, 40 yards left. And I'll apologize if the video doesn't quite keep up to speed here. Is a high end over end kick taken by Kason Hinton back at about the 10-yard line up the middle of the field, and a big hit right there as he's met by Matthew Gray, a 205-pound senior. So Hinton taken to the turf quickly. But that is where the Thunder will start. 1st and 10 at about their 19-yard line as we are now underway. Friday night under the lights and a 9-man tilt here on KMLO. North Central 1st and 10. Quick handoff, Hinton with some running room as he makes his way through up across midfield with 1 man to beat to the 30, 20. He'll be run down, but not until he's down at about the 11-yard line. A good job in hustle catching up by Ryland Palmer. But Kason Hinton down all the way to what we'll call the Faith 11-yard line, and a first down pickup just like that. 21 to midfield and another 29 from there, just like that. A 50-yard gain for Kason Hinton and the North Central Thunder. He came around right guard. Hinton going to go again around left guard and left end, but this time Faith snuffing this one out. Still good enough to power forward for a 5-yard gain, and Matthew Gray, the last one off the pile, into the red zone just outside of the 5. That'll set him at the 6-yard line. So the Thunder with a big play on their first play from scrimmage. Off and running. Less than a minute into this game. I think that's going to be key for Faith, is to minimize these big plays. But right now, 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. And straight up ahead, down to the 1, goes Hinton again. It's not 2nd and goal. It was 2nd down and 5. See if he can get a first down here without actually scoring a touchdown. He didn't cross the goal line. Referee Jesse Strickers is coming in to take a look, and he'll say first down. So it's 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, or maybe just inside the 1. So 60 yards on 3 carries for Hinton, who's already showing to be the workhorse, running behind the fullback in Landon Wolf. Another snap. It's Wolf who gets the call. He bounces off of actually one of his own guys around the left side into the end zone for 6. And it's the North Central Thunder striking first here on their opening possession. A 1-yard run for Landon Wolf. Thunder will line up to go for 4 plays in that opening possession. 10:34 here on our first quarter clock. Bo Schilling under center, fakes the pitch. He'll give it to Hinton. He's wrapped up from behind, trying to back his way in, and he does a nice job. It was a good early hit for Andrew Gifford, but Hinton able to back his way and use that leg strength to power in through for 2 more. And on the first drive of the game, the North Central Thunder will take an 8-0 lead. Faith will get their first crack at it when we come back after this 30-second timeout. 8-0 Thunder. This is regional high school football on KMLO.
Insurance can be confusing. What to insure, how much to insure? At Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe, an ISB agency in Ipswich, they care about you and your needs. Give them a call to discuss your present insurance coverage to make sure you're insured properly and at a fair price. Give them a call at Dakota Insurance Solutions in Roscoe at 287-4686 or ISB Agency Ipswich at 426-6243. Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe and ISB Agency in Ipswich are proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Well, the opening kick taken by North Central, a big hit for Matthew Gray, the Faith Longhorns, and Faith hoping their defense could maybe get some momentum off of that, but a 50-yard gallop for Kason Hinton. Right off the bat, got him all the way down to the Faith 11-yard line. 3 plays later, a Landon Wolf 1-yard touchdown run, and a Hinton 2-point conversion on the ground. Puts North Central up by the score of 8-0. Welcome back here to Faith as the Thunder will kick off. Left to right, a low liner, squibber to the far side, and that'll trickle out of bounds. So Faith will get it 1st and 10 coming up in a good field position. I think it was number 1 who was kicking, but I'll have to consult an email as to who that might be. But for North Central, at any rate, the Faith Longhorns will have good field position on their first possession. They kick off from the 30, and what's the rule? He may go 30 yards from the spot of the kick, or they're coming out to the 10 to the 20-yard line. But discussion coming here, and there's a conversation with Coach Brian Berglund as to how he wants to do this. They may make them re-kick. They're going to be backing up. Nope, we're going to say, nope, we'll just figure out where it's going to be. And at the 25-yard line is where Faith will set up. See, there's adjustments for everybody when you're on an 80-yard field. So at the 25, here come the Longhorns. Their first play from on the offensive side of the football coming up. Rylan Palmer in motion, snap back, and Faith's got some running room to the outside. Jess Harper, the quarterback keeper, as he'll come around right side to the far side of the field, make it to close to midfield. Actually, they'll back him up a couple of yards. That's where he stepped out at about the 37, so we'll call it a gain of 12. But good enough for a first down and a movement of the chains. Here is the Longhorns moving from right to left, from east to west. They're moving into the sun. Now, if they're going to be throwing the football, first of all, they're throwing into a little bit of a breeze. It'll be the receivers who are looking back away from the sun. However, that could play in their advantage. We got a play that doesn't happen here. A false start would be the apparent indication here for the Longhorns. So they'll be backed up 5 yards, their first penalty of the night. And that'll put them back at the 32-yard line, 1st and 15. So after a good start, Faith ready to go. It looked like they had a play starting to materialize, even though it didn't happen technically. But it looked like they had some room to run over here to the left side, near side. Ball's in the middle of the field. Right now, Harper out of a shotgun. He'll take the snap, throwing, and this one just a little bit overthrown. Lanny Brooks, the intended receiver, was watching a quarterback throw the football in pregame warm-ups, but that was Cooper Schulte, a left-handed throwing freshman, but it is Jess Harper. Throws a pretty good ball, you can tell. Big guy, tight spiral. But an incomplete pass on his first attempt. It'll be 2nd down and 15 after that 5-yard false start. Backed him up 5 yards. So Harper in the gun. Wasey Nelson back there wide open is Rylan Palmer, and Faith will answer on a long touchdown pass. Caught at about the Thunder 20-yard line, and he runs it the rest of the way. Touchdown, Faith Longhorns. So on 3 plays, the Longhorns strike back after the Thunder got an 8-yard touchdown, or I should say an 8-point first possession of the night, leading 8-0, but a long pass. You see the throwing ability from Jess Harper as he hits Rylan Palmer. Total of 58 yards on that one, 2-point conversion, a rollout to the right, and Harper will hook up with Matthew Gray for 2 more. So, possession each. And we've got an 8-8 tie with 10:14 to play. Could have a lot of high-scoring effort coming up tonight as we'll take another 30-second break, and the Longhorns kick when we return with more high school football, KMLO.
At Rock Tough of Roscoe, they have you covered when it comes to your equipment. Whether it's new or used equipment for purchase or rental, or repair of your equipment, Rock Tough is here for you. For a complete listing of their large selection of inventory for rent or for sale, log on to rocktough.net. Give Dennis a call at 287-4133. That's 287-4133 to see what Rock Tough can do for you. Good luck, North Central Thunder, from everyone at Rock Tough in Roscoe.
Well, it's a 48-yard touchdown pass that completes a three-play, 55-yard drive on Faith's opening possession, and they answer. The 8 that the Thunder put on the board. We've got an 8-8 tie as Hayford will kick off. High end-over-end kick. Good hang time here, taken up ahead of the 10-yard line, though. This is Cole Bukowski, and he's got room to run on the far side. Up but across midfield into Faith territory down to the 35-yard line. Again, shorter field here, so the 40 right in front of us as we're watching this is midfield, and this one has Bukowski getting to the Faith 35 and a short field to play on, all things considered. An 8-8 start to this one, and we'll see what North Central can do here. Starting at the 35, they'll come out in the I formation as Wolf is the fullback ahead of Hinton as Wolf gets the handoff, first man through, and he'll make a couple of adjustments, but makes the first man miss, but then Andrew Gifford comes and wraps him up. Just a gain of 1. It'll be to the 34-yard line. Couple of 1-yarders for Wolf. Of course, the first one scored him a touchdown. Already, both teams with big plays. They had a North Central had a 50-yard run from Case and Hinton on their first play of the game, and the third play of the game for the Longhorns, a 48-yard touchdown pass. 8-8, different formation here, and they'll fake. Ball's on the ground, and Bo Schilling picks it up. Boy, he bailed out the Thunder, but right there to put him to the deck is Lanny Brooks with a big hit. Faith came with the Thunder on that one, no pun intended, but into the backfield. The handoff snap, which was supposed to go to Hinton, was dropped, and then Schilling, the quarterback, picked it up. But Lanny Brooks made sure he was going nowhere, so back to the 37, a loss of 3 on the play here. Fortunately, though, for the Thunder, they keep the possession. It'll be 3rd down and 13, moving left to right. They do have the advantage of a breeze if they want to throw the football. It's a rollout, play action. Schilling will throw. He's got a man down there, but he overthrows Bukowski by a couple of yards. And it'll be 4th down and 13 from the Faith 37-yard line. That was a good play action fake from Bo Schilling. But he just overthrew his intended receiver, and we'll see what the Thunder coaching staff decide to do here on 4th down and 13. Rylan Palmer is back deep as if to return a punt. It looks like North Central will come out in punt formation.
Palmer back to receive the kick.
And a high snap. It's over the punter's head, and he'll have to run it down. He tries to fall on it and then recovers it here after Wasey Nelson gives chase. Tyan Arneson gets there as well, so a bad play here in special teams for the North Central Thunder. Spencer Beakler, the 6-footer, had that punt snap go over his head. And not necessarily a turnover, but just as good for the Longhorns. In fact, even better, as they'll have it all the way down inside the North Central 20-yard line. Spot it to about the 16. That's where they'll begin, and Faith has a chance to take a lead here. 8:31 to go, first quarter. 8-8 our score. First big play not by the offense for either team. Is Harper going to run right side? A flag will be thrown from behind, though, by the referee. Might have got a little too much help on this one as he gets inside the 15 down to about the 12. It would be 4-yard gain, but this one will come back. It's holding against the Longhorns. Right guard or right end This will be the second penalty for Faith as they'll back up 10 yards. And that would put them at the 26 or 10 yards from the spot of the foul. I guess it will be from the line of scrimmage. So first down and 20 coming up as they'll replay first down. Harper stays in the gun or the pistol. Got Palmer going right to left. Spread formation now. 3 receivers here to the left, near side. Pump fake, but Harper will tuck and run, and North Central gives good chase into the backfield. It'll be a positive gain, but not a heck of a lot. Inside the 25 to the 24, only a gain of 2 on the keeper for Jess Harper. So a second down play coming up. Longhorns looking into a setting sun that is angled off to their left just a little bit. For what it's worth, 2 wide, both sides. Harper, quick fire, and this is picked off by North Central on the near side. Here's Bukowski coming with it as Brooks will run him down and bring him down. So a turnover here, takeaway by North Central. Cole Bukowski with the interception. And that'll be the first turnover for the Faith Longhorns. And North Central will take over now as they redeem themselves after a bad punt snap. They'll have it at the Thunder 30-yard line. 7:39 to play. First quarter, so both teams were stellar on their opening possessions, but both teams make mistakes on their second possessions of the night. Here's a handoff to Cason Hinton across left guard up the middle of the field. Harper gives him a hit. 3-yard gain to the 33 for Hinton on his 4th carry of the game. So we remain tied at 8-8. Here in Faith, it'll be second down and 7. Moving from left to right, got a close-up view of this one here right out in front of us on this smaller field here in Faith. Out of the gun, twins both sides. Schilling has to go low for the snap, and a pass coming right at us, but overthrown to Bukowski. Pass goes incomplete. It'll be third down and 7. Schilling 0 for 2 on his first 2 attempts. Just a sophomore quarterback, but again, when we talk about keys to success in this game, I think for North Central, if they can get a good run-pass balance, especially factor the pass in, setting up with the good run, it could open up the playbook. It looks like Faith so far, though, is going to have to rely a little more on passing the football. Change the formation, 2 wide coming this way. Wolf comes into the slot with Bukowski wide out, and then Hinton is far to the left side. Schilling throws underneath, and the pass was initially caught, but after a big hit from Rylan Palmer, it's Beakler who is not able to keep a handle on it. It's ruled incomplete, and a good call there. It'll be 4th down and 7, and the Thunder will probably have to punt it away. Keep in mind, last time they tried to punt snap went over Beakler's head. And Faith had a short field to play on, but the Thunder defense got a takeaway with an interception. Beakler is back to kick. Palmer back to return. Another high snap. He gets a fingertip on this one. Beakler will just cover it up right there. Wisely done as Wasey Nelson is there to make sure. And another bad punt snap. This one isn't as big of a loss on the play, but it's essentially the same result for North Central, and the Faith Longhorns are in business once again. Tie game at 8-8 with a 6:51 time to go in the first quarter. Faith again, though, spotted into the red zone inside the 20-yard line. They'll put them, let's call it the 18 of North Central. So right to left we continue. Still haven't gone halfway through this first quarter of play. Palmer comes in motion near side. He's going to take a pitch back, and he makes a man miss. Goes near side to the sideline. Good job in a tackling effort here by Bukowski. And Rylan Palmer will make his way to the 15. Short gain on this one. We'll call it 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Second down and 7 for the Longhorns coming up.
But again, just another look in the offense. Faith, especially on the ground, they may need to get creative. Coach Berglund didn't know for sure how well they'd be able to run the football against this Thunder squad. So on second down, Harper back to pass, but he'll tuck and run, and he runs right in to Case and Hinton with Landon Wolf giving chase as well. Wolf will help bring him down inside the 15, and let's put it down at the 12. Gain of about 3 more here for Harper. And third and a long 4. Harper comes to the near side to get the call on what they want to run. Faith Longhorns on the near sideline. North Central, the far side. Out in the eye with Wasey Nelson in front of Lanny Brooks. This is a straight give to Brooks, and the left side of the defensive line of the Thunder doing their job. Landon Wolf comes and makes the play, and no gain here for Lanny Brooks in his first carry of the night. Not even lost a yard. It'll be 4th and 5. It'll be a go for it situation most likely. Faith doesn't have a kicking game, do they? Most teams don't, obviously. But yeah. Oh, he's got high end over end. You're right. They do have high end over end kickoff. So the kicking game could come into play, but Faith is going to think about it here. And we've got a timeout called before a 4th down and 5. Timeouts in our KMLO broadcasts are brought to you by Agtegra, who reminds you that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. We'll take a 30-second timeout here for this break on Agtegra, breaking the action. 4th and 5 of the Longhorns, trying to break an 8-8 tie. When we come back, regional high school football coverage on KMLO.
Nobody wants to get in an accident, but if you do, Art's Body Shop in Eureka is the only call you need to make. Art's Body Shop, the finest in auto body repair and painting, has the team to do it all. They offer complete collision repair, 24-hour wrecker service, rock chip repair, complete windshield replacement, and locksmith services. So when life throws you a dent, Art's Body Shop can pull it out. Call 284-2524. Art's Body Shop, where the service is excellent and the final result is even better.
First quarter, 8-8, 5:21 to play. Out of a Longhorn timeout, they're first charged in the first half. Play action pass, 4th and 5, and Jess Harper wants to run, but a good job on the tackle on the far side here for Ian Heinrich, who brings the big Faith quarterback down shy of a first down. And it looks like he may have gotten no gain. It was just an attempt to bull rush, basically, for Jess Harper. And he is brought down. So a good job by the Thunder defense, turning away 2 bad punt snaps to put Faith into a golden opportunity situation. We'll give 2 yards to Jess Harper, but he needed 5, and the Thunder have it 1st and 10 now at their own 11-yard line. 5:16 to play, quarter number 1. Bo Schilling under center. Here's Wolf coming through with room to run through the right side of the O-line.
Takes it off the right side.
And this one gets him across the 15, and a few more from there. Looks like the 18 is where they'll spot, and that'll be a gain of 7 for the fullback.
About 7, gonna bring up second down.
Second down, actually the down marker looks more like 2nd and 6. 2nd and 4, rather, on a 6-yard gain for Landon Wolf. Bukowski flanked wide to the left. They'll give it to Wolf again. He'll bounce off of the first man, still on his feet, doing a good job getting some extra yards where the Longhorns looked like they had him wrapped up in the backfield. Wolf will get just about to the 20. We'll call it the 19 here. Brooks will finish him off, but that's a 2-yard gain. And again, could have just as well been a 2-yard loss for Wolf and the Thunder. So now 3rd and about 3. Shot at the 20. Thunder coming left to right. Bukowski out wide to the left again. Ball on the right hash, the near side. Landon Wolf looking to follow blockers. Again, he spins and gets through, and he'll have a first down This time finished off by Andrew Gifford. And this time across the 25 to a 1st and 10, set up at the 26. A good 7-yard gain here for Landon Wolf, and that done largely with a second effort after first contact. So the Thunder move the chains. That's just their second first down. They've had a couple of 3-and-outs, and again, bad punt snaps. The first down was after the first play of the game when Cason Hinton ran 50 yards to the red zone. 3 plays later, North Central scored their first touchdown. We've got flinching and movement seemingly on both sides, but this will be a false start called against the Thunder. So they'll get marked off to the negative for the first time tonight, 5-yard penalty. Sounds like somebody on that Thunder sideline thinking that Faith might have induced the jump. There is a North Central player on the far side, and I believe it might be Cason Hinton, who is a little banged up, it looks like. He's lying down, propping himself up with his left elbow to watch the play, but it looks like he's trying to stretch something out. Can only speculate maybe a hip issue or something, but explains why Landon Wolf has had most of the running attempts here. Low snap, fake the handoff. The quarterback, Bo Schilling, will keep it this time. And after a 5-yard mark-off, put him back near the 20. He'll come back just to the 22. That's only a yard gain for the quarterback, Schilling. So 2nd and 14, good pursuit from the Longhorn defense that time, down to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Fast start to this game for both teams, but we're stuck at an 8-8 tie right now. 2nd and 14 coming up. Wolf still in the backfield. Bukowski goes out wide. Here's the give to the new fullback. It's number 16, Bryson Hartling, a 200-pound sophomore. So Hartling the fullback, as Wolf normally the starting fullback. Hartling with his first carry of the night gets him maybe another couple of yards back, we'll call it, to the 25. Essentially back to the original line of scrimmage, but now 3rd and long coming up once again, 3rd and about 11. Schilling will be in the gun. Quick snap. He wants to throw. He's got protection. Got a wobbler up there, and this pass will be could have been picked off right there. It looks like Caden Selby intentionally just let it fall, though. I'm not sure that he might have thought that was 4th down. But that was a 3rd and long play. If it's 4th down, that would have been a pretty good play. But now you give the Thunder a chance to punt. Now, granted, that hasn't been the best of situations so far for North Central. They've had 2 bad snaps over the punter's head. We'll see what happens here. Now, 4th down and 11. Rylan Palmer, this is a good punt snap and a line drive kick. From left to right, it'll be taken by Palmer on a hop. From about the 22-yard line, starts right, comes back to the left, may have gotten a big block, and out of bounds right down below us. There is a flag. 2 flags thrown on the block that we saw that helps Palmer get sprung to the outside for more yardage down to midfield at the 40. But I believe we're going to have a block in the back called against the Longhorns. And the deepest flag is about 13 yards back from the end of this run back. I'm going to assume that perhaps both flags are for the same infraction, though. So the clock stopping here with a change of possession coming. 1:50 to go, still 8-8. Faith will get the football back, but we'll get the call here from Jesse Strickers. Block in the back, and they are marking it from the farthest upfield flag, which is resting out in front of us at the 36-yard line. So about 10 yards back from there would put this the start of this drive at the 26 for the Longhorns. And that is where they'll put them. So 1st and 10 for the Faith Longhorns. This is their 3rd game of their first 4 on their home field. already hitting the halfway point of their season after the conclusion of this one. Officials had to take care of some equipment issues and on their part. Now ready to go. Jess Harper tucking. Looks like he's going to run. He wanted to throw. Now will throw long. Coming back to get it. And the pass caught, but I believe out of bounds on the far side. A good effort here by Matthew Gray. But they will rule him out of bounds. That'll be an incomplete pass on the part of Jess Harper. Harper 2 for 5 in this game. Has a 48-yard touchdown pass, but did throw a pick a couple of possessions ago as well. So 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Faith tried to do a little redirect there. It looked like a quarterback keeper immediately as Harper tucked the football, rolled to his left. He wanted to throw back to his right, but North Central saw that and covered it well. Now 2nd down. Harper back to throw again. Gets through the first line of defense, but not much after that. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. And a good, another good job by Ian Heinrich here.
Number 32, Ian Heinrich in on the tackle.
It might be a loss of a half a yard, but essentially still 3rd down and 10. A gain of nothing here for Jess Harper. Thunder defense doing a pretty good job so far, and I think where Harper wants to throw the football, he looks downfield and immediately can see that the coverage is good, and he's making decisions to tuck and run fairly quickly. And then it's up to the linebackers like Heinrich and company to keep him at bay. 3rd and 10. Harper back to throw. Again, over the middle, tight spiral, but this one in a crowd of 4. 2 players from each team. Palmer is down there for Faith as well as Caden Selby, but well covered by Schilling and Bukowski defensively. And Faith may have to punt for the first time here in a 3-and-out situation, still at their own 26-yard line. Off of that incomplete pass. 3 pass plays. One of them resulted in a scramble attempt, but coming up empty as Ryland Palmer will kick. And this one off the side of his foot to the far side, and this one will not make it to the North Central side of the field, maybe out of bounds near the 35, depending on where they spot it. Ball landed well out of bounds on the far side. It looks like a favorable spot for the Longhorns if they put it where it is at the 37-yard line. But North Central will take over. Still first quarter with 42 seconds to play. We've gone back and forth an awful lot, and they'll have it at the 36-yard line of the Longhorns. Once again, 40 yards left, 40 yards right in this 80-yard field. Here in Faith, as the Thunder will have it back. Schilling under center. Wolf with Hinton back in there now. He's got the give, but he is met immediately by Matthew Gray, who's playing a good game defensively, and this might be a loss of a yard, maybe a half a yard we'll call it. Cason Hinton, who was lying on the ground trying to stretch maybe a hip or something out a short time ago, he is back in there after taking one sequence off. Got a timeout on the field here, I assume called by North Central. We'll figure that out when we come back after this. Agtegra breaking the action. Agtegra reminds you acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential. Straight from the start, contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 8-8, Faith, the North Central. The Thunder have it 2nd and 11 when we come back. This is regional high school coverage of high school football on KMLO.
Roscoe Hardware, your full service product, lawn and garden, lot store, and a dealer. You can get furniture in the house and a whole lot more. Why wait for service at a big box store when you can have the personal attention you deserve right on Main Street in Roscoe? Monthly flyers, you'll find things you can't at Roscoe Hardware.
Back out of the timeout as it is 2nd down and 11 here for the North Central Thunder, moving left to right as we get the tail end of the first quarter. There is Matthew Gray again with another big hit on Case and Hinton. Those two have met up already once tonight. In fact, that was on the opening kickoff, but here is Gray make it a yard back to the 36. To the original line of scrimmage. Man, there were couple of big plays early on in the game by both teams. That's how we got to an 8-8 football score, but the rest of the quarter is opportunity, short game, big hits. We're done. We're on a real tough scoreboard. We're all knotted up. North Central 8, Faith 8. Scoreboard brought to you by Real Tough Farm Products, Mobridge, South Dakota. As we pause for 60 seconds in quarter number 2, coming up, high school football is on KMLO and DRGnews.com.
Teamwork is the key to success, whether you are on the football field or in your cornfield. Hi, this is Mike Kessel from Double M Crop Service in Bowdle. You can use my 15 years of crop insurance experience to have a winning season with your farming operation. Call me at 605-281-1551 to discuss your strategy. As a team, we can win. Double M Crop Service is an equal opportunity agency.
Healthcare is confusing. And that prescription drug plan? Relax. Call us at Turner Drug in Bowdle. Hi, this is Jackie, inviting you to be honestly informed and confident in all your single visits. We have a full-time pharmacist who likely knows you, your family, your parents. It's a generational thing, and it benefits your health in many ways. Take advantage of years of knowledge and local experience at Turner Drug in Bowdle.
Third down play coming out of that quarter break. Welcome back to Faith as we're into the second quarter and an 8-8 tie. Bo Schilling rolled out to the right, maybe looking to throw, but he had to tuck and run back to his left towards us. Now North Central moving from right to left. Schilling inside the 35 to the 34, picks up 2. But it is now 4th down and 8 here for the Thunder. They'll keep their offense on the field, try to go for it. It's been a while since somebody really came up with a big play in this game on offense. We'll see what the Thunder can do here. Schilling's under center, play action, throw, falling off of his back foot. The pass is caught by Spencer Beakler on the far side, but he is pushed from behind by Caden Selby. Beakler trying to reach for the line to gain is going to come up a yard short. And he is forced out of bounds, so a good pass play there, but just not enough. That Faith defense came off their left side of the defensive end just to maybe rush that throw just a little bit for Schilling. And again, the pass caught inside the 30-yard line, but they'll spot it at the 27. They needed 8. They got 7. And it is Longhorn football. First down at their own 27-yard line, and the black and orange moving from left to right. Underway in the second quarter, 0-2 remaining, and already a brief penalty here. And this is a false start on the Longhorns, so that'll be their second of those, along with a couple of 10-yard penalties. So 4 penalties already for 30 yards of Markov against the Longhorns here. Ball will be re-spotted back inside the 23-yard line.
First down and 15 for Longhorns.
So with the ball in the middle of the field, or technically the far hash mark. Seems like plenty of room to run both sides on just a 40-yard wide field. Here comes Jess Harper, 1st and 15, wants to throw. Near side has Rylan Palmer with the catch. Coverage was good, and Sean Opp will bring him down, but Palmer with a big play here. The first one, as we mentioned, in a while into Thunder territory. Inside the 25 to about the 23. And a first down picked up for the Longhorns. Just a perfectly thrown pass here by Jess Harper. That one will net Faith about 30 yards. Palmer's second catch. He caught the 48-yarder earlier Fresh set of downs, and Faith is in business. Here is Wasey Nelson with his first carry of the evening. And the fullback, with good drive in his legs, will pick up about 3.
Number 41, Landon Wolf, is the first one to meet.
As Wolf will bring him down to the 20-yard line. So most of the running so far being done by the quarterback, Jess Harper. That's the first carry for Nelson. The featured back, Lanny Brooks, has 1 carry. Rylan Palmer off of the end with 1 carry. And then 4 keepers for Jess Harper. 8-8 here, 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Harper wants to keep it himself here. He gets out of a would-be tackle, now comes back to the right, going to lose another tackler, maybe a third, and still on his feet all the way back to the 20-yard line and beyond, inside the 20 to the 18. Boy, you talk about something out of nothing here. And Jess Harper, the 215-pound senior, refusing to be brought down, somehow picks up 2 yards to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. He could have lost as much as about 8 or 10 yards on that play. He broke 4 or 5 tackles just to get back to the line of scrimmage and pick up 2 yards. That's quite an effort right there to bring up 3rd and 5. Clock running down to the 9-minute mark. Jaden Selby ready to snap to the quarterback. Harper in the gun. And pass was going to be out to the left side to Palmer. We have yet another false start penalty that will be marked off against Faith. So with whistles all over the place here, 3rd and 5 suddenly becomes 3rd and 10. 3rd and 5 sounds a lot better if you're an offense trying to advance in the red zone. So 3rd and 10 here, and probably have to call up a new play if you're the Longhorns. Both teams have certainly missed opportunities, and again, big plays to start the game on each team's opening possession on offense. That's how we got to 8-8, but it's been a little bit of a mistake-filled game since then. Penalties becoming a problem for the Longhorns. 3rd and 10. Harper will throw. Near side has a man. It's caught. And a touchdown to Matthew Gray. And the Longhorns first lead of the night. Touchdown pass at 23 yards. Harper to Gray, and Faith is up. 14-8. To go here in the second quarter. We'll draw something up to try to get a 2-point conversion converted as well. As Harper will bring Lanny Brooks back to his left. Nelson will stay home in the backfield. You got Palmer slot right and Caden Selby out wide. Matthew Gray will come to the near slot to the right side. As Harper looks right, goes back to the left, has room, makes a spin, and he's in for 2 more. Good vision on that play and a 2-yard run. Scamper for the quarterback, Jess Harper. And Faith with a touchdown +2 now takes a 16-8 lead with 8.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. We pause for 30 seconds. We're back as you're listening to high school football regional coverage on KMLO and DRGnews.com.
Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe is proud to be a North Central Thunder sports sponsor. Dale's Building Supply carries high-quality lumber, siding, a large selection of shingles, decking materials, windows, doors, cabinets, paint, and much more. Let Dale and the staff help you with your next building project with their years of knowledge and expertise. They're locally owned and appreciate all their customers. Good luck, Thunder, from the crew at Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe.
Second touchdown of the game for the home team, the Faith Longhorns. They go 4 plays, 53 yards in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. And a 23-yard touchdown pass from Jess Harper to Matthew Gray. Harper runs in the 2-point conversion. And the Longhorns, after spotting North Central an 8-0 lead, now lead 16-8. Jaden Hayford ready to kick once again. This will be his 3rd kickoff of the night, which included the opening kick left to right with the wind this time, and this one more of a boomer that'll be let go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback here for North Central. So they'll set up shop on an 80-yard field instead of the 20. They'll start at the 15-yard line. North Central trying to get some offense going since the opening play, which had them running 50 yards from Case and Hinton, that set up their touchdown. They picked up another first down to the 1-yard line, then scored from there, and then a few possessions later finally got another first down, but just 3 so far. Hoping for a little more consistency on offense here is Bo Schilling under center. Hands off to the deep man, and he is met by Harper. This is Hinton, who is brought down with a gain of a maximum of 1. So the Faith defense showing some quickness here and getting to the spots. Maybe picking up a little more momentum, a little adrenaline after the offense put them on top here, 16-8. 2nd and 9 coming for North Central. North Central, by the way, on KMLO a couple of times this year. They'll have a game at Great Plains Lutheran on a Saturday in a couple of weeks, and that game's scheduled to be aired here on KMLO as well. Schilling tries to throw against the wind, far side. That'll fall short. It's incomplete as he's just 1 out of 5 for 7 yards thus far. Faith, by the way, on DRG Media Group stations will be on later in the season. Their final game of the regular season has them playing at Fort Pierre against the Stanley County Buffaloes. That'll be on KGFX AM as well. Now 3rd and 9, and probably a throwing situation once again, but Schilling might have some problems throwing against the wind, which the flag to our right as Schilling bobbles the snap, has time to pick it up, but he's got to make something happen. He will not, and he's tackled on a sack back at the 5-yard line, but there might have been an extra hit on Schilling, who is down on the ground, and a couple of flags thrown at the end of the play. And this might be a huge break for the North Central Thunder. Schilling is up and walking off the field on his own power. He was down at the 5-yard line, but somebody else might have gotten one extra hit in on this one. And if that's the case, yeah, personal foul. Oh, it's a personal foul on the face mask. So it wasn't extracurricular. It was just in the act of tackling, but he was brought down with the face mask, and that will be a first down after the markup in favor of the Thunder. So that's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, which was the 16-yard line. That'll bring him out to the 31. And a new set of downs here for the North Central Thunder. That is penalty number 6 against the Longhorns in this game. North Central so far has only one 5-yard penalty. Bo Schilling comes out of the game, at least for one play, though. It looks like Cole Bukowski is the quarterback now. I'm not so sure he didn't mishandle the snap, but he's still on his feet, and it's just a quarterback sneak straight ahead. And Bukowski got some help from his lineman behind him and a good push as Bukowski will get about a 3-yard run on a sneak. Bukowski staying in there as it seemed Bo Schilling was banged up a little bit off of that face mask play that got the Thunder here. Schilling is back in there now, though. 6:55 to go, and a whistle, and we've got a wardrobe malfunction here for Bukowski, and referee Jesse Strickers says, no, we need to get that taken care of, so he'll go off the field here. And checking in his place is Sean Opp, starting defensive back, but he'll get some offensive play this time. So 2nd and 7 for Schilling and the Thunder. Landon Wolf still the deep man. Hinton is out as Wolf gets the call here, and still hard drive and play from both teams here. Bryson Hartling, once again, the new fullback, leading the way as Wolf makes his way up across the 35, and they'll spot him at the 37. That would be a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and a long 3. And Wolf on 6 carries so far tonight. North Central has one 50-yard run, but every carry since then has been of the single-digit variety. Now Schilling is alone in the backfield on 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, rolling right side, throwing long, looking down there for Bukowski, but Caden Selby has the positioning. He's got the interception. Longhorns with Selby to the far side. Schilling coming to make the tackle on the far side of the field as he will run Selby out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Schilling going for the downs with Bukowski on that single coverage, but Caden Selby, a much bigger defensive back, able to cut in front and get the pick off. So the first turnover officially for North Central here tonight. Unfortunately, trailing 16-8, and now Faith able to set up with an opportunity to add to that lead here. 5:47 left to go before halftime, and Faith has it at their own 34-yard line. Selby had a golden opportunity. Caden Selby, that is. The defensive back, he played that well. He's out there at 6'5" and covering Bukowski, who goes 5'10". That is a bit of a mismatch in Faith's favor. Here comes Harper. Or is that Gray? 82 instead of 12. It is Gray who will progress across the 35 to the 36. Yeah, the 37. It'll be 2nd down and 7. So Gray with his first carry of the night. And Faith getting some other people an opportunity to carry the football. So far, not so bad. Ryan Berglund said, told me before the game, I don't know if we can run against this team, but they're doing an all right job. But they also only have mostly single-digit rushes in terms of positive yardage picked up. Now 2nd and 7, quick pitch back, and here's Gray again. He'll be tackled for no gain by Landon Wolf.
Landon Wolf on the tackle again.
And Gray did a good job spinning just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He might even have lost a half a yard here, but we'll keep it at the 37, and Gray and company have a 3rd and 7 coming. 16-8, Faith in front. High school football here. KMLO 100.7 FM. Online at drgnews.com. I'm Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. Good to have you with us here tonight. Back to throw is Jess Harper on 3rd down. Has his man. Selby on the sideline cuts back in and gets around Sean Opp and then finished off by the helping Jade Jacobs, a freshman defensive player coming in there. That's a well-thrown pass and a well-executed play through the air for the Longhorns into North Central territory, and they'll spot it down to the 22-yard line. So pick up here of 21 yards. Harper to Selby, who catches his first pass of the night. 3 completions for Faith, but they've gone 48 for a touchdown, 30 to set up another touchdown, and 21 yards. Here's Gray with a head of steam past the line of scrimmage down the near side. May have fumbled the football in the end of the play, but Genevieve DeMent Osborne is on the sideline. There isn't a lot of celebration on the North Central side. Looks like Faith will keep the football, and a good hard gainer here by Gray all the way down to the 10-yard line. Got Osborne and Jesse Strickers discussing here on perhaps whether this ball was fumbled or not. Genevieve DeMent Osborne just picked up a beanbag as if to signal a fumble, but referee Strickers says it is Faith ball at the 10-yard line, just inside the 10, so that'll be 1st down and goal and go. That's a gain of 12 for Gray, and suddenly Faith in business. Here comes Nelson as he goes left, back to the right, head hunting for the goal line. He'll come up a couple of yards short, though. Still a good pickup on 1st and goal from around the 10-yard line, and they'll spot him down to the 3. Pickup of 7 here on Wasey Nelson's second carry of the night. Faith really has some momentum right now, down to 3:20 to play here in the first half. Back out in the I formation, it's Nelson in front of Matthew Gray, who's been the featured back. Nelson takes a handoff again. This wasn't a clean handoff exchange, though, so Wasey only back to the line of scrimmage. We'll keep it at the 3-yard line and a gain of 0. So now if you're Faith, you wonder if Lanny Brooks is a little bit banged up, but Gray's certainly been running well in his place. 3rd down and goal, they're at the 3 with 2:40. To go in the second quarter was 8-8 after each team's initial possession of the game. Took until the 8:30 mark before Faith got a second touchdown on the board. Now looking for a third. Selby will reposition back in the slot to the left. They're going to run. Harper to the right behind Gray, looking for the pylon. He's tackled. Touchdown. To the pylon, he was met by 25 Jade Jacobs, but in his act of tackling the bigger Jess Harper, he forced him forward, and Harper, with the ball leaning, gets across the goal line for a 3-yard touchdown run, and Faith ups their lead to 22-8. Harper's first rushing touchdown tonight to go along with 2 passing scores. And I just realized I didn't put that on my stat sheet, the previous score through the air. But we'll get that taken care of. Bobbled snap here. Gray picks it up, and the first of 3 conversion attempts on the night for Faith. That'll come up empty. They'll settle for 6, and with 2:12 to play in quarter number 2. New score, Faith 22, North Central 8. We'll be back after a 30-second break. You're listening to regional coverage of high school football, KMLO, DRGnews.com.
Core Trust Bank offers a bit of tradition mixed with innovative solutions that go above and beyond. From the diverse products we offer in local decision-making, we continually reach higher to serve you, our valued customers. This is Brock Knoll, Branch Manager, inviting you to come see us so we can learn about your future plans and goals. You can count on us to be there. Raise your expectations with Core Trust Bank in Bowdle, member FDIC.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 100.7 FM, KMLO, Lowry Mobridge. Put the phone down, focus on driving.
Back once again to Faith on a 7-play, 46-yard drive covering 3 minutes and 35 seconds in the second quarter. Jess Harper finishing a good sustained drive by the Longhorns with a 3-yard touchdown run, but the run conversion attempt failed. Now Jaden Hayford back to kick off, as he'll get another good boot into this one. It'll go into the end zone after bouncing at the 1-yard line. North Central will have another touchback with 2:12 to go. Really a lot of time, especially on a short 80-yard field, or in this case a 65-yard field, as the Thunder will have it 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. North Central's got to find a way to maybe get some big play offense going once again. I don't think they have to throw right away, but picking up first downs would be job number 1 for the Thunder. They've got at least 2 timeouts at their disposal as well. Bo Schilling under center. Landon Wolf, single setback. They'll give it to him. He is met and takes about 3 or 4 Longhorns to bring him down. Led by Wasey Nelson and also by Andrew Gifford. Loss of a yard or so on this one. Back to the 14. North Central, who was hoping for some big plays, not getting it on this one. 2nd down and 11. Still huddling up. Thunder took the opening kickoff and went to score, but that means they'll have to kick off to start the second half here, so they really would love to get something positive on the board. Kaysen Hinton is on the field. He's flanked wide to the right. Schilling wants to throw. Good protection now rushing outside, And Schilling will throw a pass over the middle, incomplete, at the feet of big Dawson Walls. Walls wanted to go further to the outside. Schilling may have thrown that behind him, but another thing that Schilling did do well was throw that ball where nobody wearing black was going to catch it. And that was a play that started with good protection, but as he rolled out, the protection broke down. Schilling did all he could to keep that play alive, but then also to protect the possession here. So now 3rd and 11 as the Thunder will spread it out on the near hash mark. Hinton in motion, going to lead for Schilling, but he goes around to the outside. Caden Selby will run him down and bring him down. Positive gain across the 15, but spotted at about the 18 here, a gain of only 4, and it'll be 4th down for the Thunder. Cason Hinton, the lead blocker, kind of cut up the middle of the field, and I thought Schilling would follow him, but he kept going further to the outside. Now the Longhorns going to try to save some time. They'll call a timeout with 1:03 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a timeout with them, Agtegra timeout, in fact. As Agtegra reminds you, acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. So contact your local Agtegra cooperative tomorrow. Let's take a 30-second break. We're back. Punting situation coming up for the Thunder. This is high school football on KMLO.
Pre-book quality seed from Seed Solutions now. Partner with a company that offers quality seed knowledge and customer service in the Leola and Roscoe areas. Order now and pay later with great financing available at Seed Solutions, Winsman, Ray Hybrids, Golden Harvest, and Legend. The Roscoe area, call Gary at 228-1756. That's 228-1756. Or Joel at 281-1000, 281-1000. In the Leola area, call Gary or Joel or Chris at 380-8862. That's 380-8862.
Back here in Faith as the Thunder do get a punt away, and a pretty good one at that, as it's taken on a hop by Rylan Palmer running to the near side, forced out of bounds down below us at the 35-yard line or so. Special teams have had their issues in this game for the Thunder, but punt snap here was a good one and a good kick by Spencer Beakler, but as the Longhorns have it at their own 36-yard line, and they've got a little bit of time, 55 seconds to go before halftime, leading 22-8. Faith 2-1 on the season. North Central after a bye week, just 1-1. Jess Harper under center for the first time in a while, gets away from one man, now up the near side, lowers the shoulder, lays a hit on Sean Opp, but Sean stands his ground. Faith's sideline loves the effort, but hey, you got to give it to Sean Opp at 150 pounds for giving up 65 yards and making the tackle here. Gain of about 8 into North Central territory. And they will spot him to the 36, so from one 36-yard line to the other. As the 40-yard line is midfield in this short field here in Faith, it'll be 2nd down and 2. Left to right. Harper looked like he wanted to hand off. There's nobody there, but he wanted to throw it after all. Far side, Rylan Palmer can't run it down as the pass will fall incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. That's a good play to call right there on 2nd and short. Even though it comes incomplete for the Longhorns, it'll still be 3rd and 2, and you can do a lot of things at 3rd and 2 with 43 seconds to play. Faith, I believe, still has 1 timeout to use, if not 2. Palmer going to set up on the end right side, I formation. They'll give it to the big guy, Matthew Gray, running well again. He's got a 1st down. Opp stands him up. He'll get helped out by Landon Wolf to bring him down for a 1st down that will stop the clock temporarily inside the 30. And they'll spot him at the 27 or so, and Faith will take a timeout from there. So another Agtegra timeout as Faith isn't satisfied. They lead 22-8. 37 seconds to go. They're looking for more before halftime. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Talk to Agtegra as soon as you can. Back in 30 seconds with more high school football. KMLO.
Premier Equipment in Eureka is dedicated to providing the best service and advice for their customers. If you're in the market for a newer used tractor, to boomers or round balers, they can help you with your equipment needs. They know that your success is their success. At Premier Equipment, they offer a full line of parts, supplies, and they're also your full-service New Holland farm equipment dealer. Premier Equipment in Eureka is proud to be a high school sports sponsor.
First down here out of the timeout for the Longhorns, leaving them with one here in the first half. We believe. Play action. Pass. Play coming as that is a Harper attempt looking for Ryland Palmer once again. Boy, was that a pretty thrown pass, but leads Ryland Palmer a little too much. All the way to the end zone from 28 yards out, but this one falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Clock does stop, though, with 32 seconds left to go in our second quarter. 8-8 at the end of one, but 14-0 Faith with the advantage through the second period so far. Looking for more, and Faith, what they'd love to do is get a score here and then receive the second half kickoff and maybe have another opportunity for another score. Here's a dump off over the middle. Gray has it inside the 15, makes a move to the 10 to the 5. Landon Wolf will wrestle him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. The clock will stop with the play out of bounds. And another good play through the air for the Longhorns. They'll spot it right at the 5 as Gray, good for a gain of 23. Matthew Gray really becoming a big factor in this game. Jess Harper standing, I'll tell you what, it's hard to believe this guy's more of a second or a plan B option at quarterback for the Longhorns this year. He's playing pretty well, especially in this second quarter. Long run up to the line of scrimmage. First and goal at the 5, 26 seconds still to go. Second quarter, a pass into the area of the goal line. Selby had it, but he's stripped of the football. He may have gotten back down on top of it inside the 5-yard line. Boy, this would be a disaster for the Longhorns if they lose it. Doesn't look like that'll be the case. Now Faith is going to have to get back and snap the football. It'll be a gain of 2 to the 3-yard line now as Harper tries to throw. I think the pass was picked off in the end zone. He was stiff-arming a defender, and he throws the ball looking for Selby on the sideline, but Jade Jacobs intercepts the pass. Got a flag. There is a yellow flag down there at about the 2-yard line. We're at an angle here. It's kind of hard for me to see what's going on. We'll try to help out with the video. 5 seconds left on the clock. Faith was trying to hurry it up. Perhaps, I think this was a third down or second down play, so they could have just spiked the football and taken their time a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what they wanted to do, but a takeaway here for the Thunder. And boy, you talk about a big, big play if that is the case. Now they're spotting the football back out to the 16-yard line. So Jacobs, instead of intercepting the pass, may have been out of bounds when he caught the football. Well, they're bringing a new football in for North Central, so there's a penalty on Faith. It is a turnover, it appears. Penalty on Faith. Give North Central the football out to their own 17-yard line. They're just going to kneel on it, and this first half will come to an end. So kind of a messy end to the first half, especially for the Longhorns. Instead of scoring a touchdown to go up by 3 scores, they throw an interception. They had a 15-yard penalty marked against them, but North Central kneels on it, and we're going to halftime. On the Real Tough scoreboard, at the break, at intermission here, the Faith Longhorns lead the North Central Thunder by the score of 22-8. Scoreboard brought to you by Real Tough Farm Products of Mobridge, South Dakota. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back and recap the first half of play here. Take a look at other scores around South Dakota and, whatever else we can fit into the next 15 minutes or so. You're listening to regional coverage of high school football on KMLO 100.7 FM and DRGnews.com.
Wherever you're going today, don't go hungry. At AP Express in Roscoe, they are your go-to spot for signature hot stuff pizza and a whole lot more. Everything is made fresh, from the breakfast burritos, hot sandwiches, cheesy garlic bread, burgers, appetizers, pizza, and sweet desserts. Diesel and gasoline are at the pumps 24/7. Don't drive by, stop by, and feed your craving. Good luck in the game from the entire team at AP Express in Roscoe on Highway 12 in Roscoe. Do you want to be around for your kids and grandkids? Then take care of yourself at the Bowdle Healthcare Center. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in American men. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed each year with prostate cancer, and 1 in 41 will die. That's why the Bowdle Healthcare Center reminds you to schedule your prostate exam to help you keep safe. Although serious, early detection can save your life. Call the Bowdle Healthcare Center at 285-6832 to schedule your appointment today.
Fatten up your savings at First State Bank of Roscoe. We offer a variety of savings options to help you plan for a comfortable future. We'll examine your current financial situation and long-term goals to create a customized savings plan just for you. That's First State Bank of Roscoe with branches in Eureka and Bowdle, your locally owned, independent community bank. Member FDIC.
A relationship you can bank on. First State Bank of Roscoe.
At Couch Meat Market in Eureka, we are proud to provide you with all your processing, smoking, and curing needs since 1982. Whether it's pork, beef, or sausage, we will cut and wrap it to your specifications. We also have an incredible selection of meat for your dinner table every day, as well as a cooler full of brats, snack sticks, jerky, sausage, amazing cheeses, cheese curds, and more. Come on in and get what you need. We're always happy to see you at Couch Meat Market in Eureka. You can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat.
All of us at Drake's Place C-Store in Bowdle invite you to stop by before or after the game. Hi, this is Ryan Drake, reminding you that we have everything you need to fill up both your tank and your appetite. Choose from subs, pizzas, chicken, or one of our delicious burgers. We also carry snacks, beverages, and more. After the game, meet your friends for a beer and some snacks while you talk over the game, or fill up your tank at the Drake's Place in Bowdle, proud sponsor of this game.
Insurance can be confusing. What to insure, how much to insure? At Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe, an ISB agency in Ipswich, they care about you and your needs. Give them a call to discuss your present insurance coverage to make sure you're insured properly and at a fair price. Give them a call at Dakota Insurance Solutions in Roscoe at 287-4686 or ISB Agency Ipswich at 426-6243. Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe and ISB Agency in Ipswich are proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Welcome back to Faith, South Dakota side of high school football tonight. It's been a good one. We expected a competitive matchup here tonight. North Central and Faith as two teams that are hoping to get as many wins as they can. They're going to be kind of hard-pressed to make a good run in the postseason, but they'd love to get as good of a seeding as they can, and this is a good opportunity, really, for both teams. And, boy, the way this game started, it looked like we might have about 100 points on the board before the end of it. That hasn't necessarily been the case. Again, both teams scored on their opening possession, but right now Faith leads 22-8. Brian Oakland here with a play-by-play, and Daniel Peterson in studio. Here's how we got to where we are after the opening kickoff and the return from Cason Hinton, who ran into a big hit by Matthew Gray. It was North Central starting at their own 19-yard line. Hinton wasn't rattled, though. He takes the handoff on the first play from scrimmage tonight, rumbles 50 yards all the way down to the Faith 6-yard line, and a couple of plays later, it was Landon Wolf who runs it in from 1 yard out, and a two-point conversion run was also good, and North Central led right away 8-0. That was less than a minute and a half into this game, but Faith takes the kickoff. They get set up on their own 25-yard line, and they get a 12-yard run from quarterback Jess Harper. And then after a 5-yard penalty, they get a 32-yard touchdown from Jess Harper to Rylan Palmer, make it a 48-yard touchdown from 132-yard line to the far end. So 48-yard touchdown pass from Harper to Palmer, and then their two-point conversion attempt was good as well, and that tied it up at 8-8, and that possession only took 20 seconds, so 10-14 left in the first quarter. just a minute 46 gone in this game. It was already 8-8. But then both defenses tightened up. North Central goes 3 and out, and after a bad punt snap that set Faith up at the North Central 16-yard line, the North Central defense comes. That's one fortune for North Central that was turned away or redeemed, shall we say, as they then took over at their own 30-yard line, had to go with another punt after another 3 and out, and another bad punt snap over the head of Spencer Beakler, the punter, set up Faith in another great opportunity at the Thunder 18-yard line. But they go 3 and out and turned it over on downs from there, actually 4 and out. So North Central's defense did the job again, and the Thunder take over at their own 11-yard line. They could not progress any further, though, than the 25-yard line, as they had to punt it away. Once again, this time they got the punt off, but the Faith Longhorns on offense stalled, and they went 3 and out, had to punt it back. We get into the second quarter. And North Central from the Faith 36-yard line this time really couldn't get anything done. That after a bad punt off of the side of the Faith punter's foot set up the Thunder rather at the Longhorn 36. But again, little progress. They made it to the 27 on a 4th and 8 pass play, but they only picked up 7 yards on that play. And then from there, Faith takes over at their own 27-yard line, and this time they score their second touchdown of the game. 4 plays and 53 yards in 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Jess Harper hooked up with Matthew Gray from 23 yards out. Harper ran in the 2-point conversion, and the Longhorns took a 16-8 lead with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the second quarter. North Central comes back and throws an interception, though. Bo Schilling was picked off. And then the Longhorns had it set up at their own 34-yard line this time, and they score again on a 7-play, 46-yard drive, taking 3:35 off the clock. And it was Jess Harper running it in from 3 yards out. His 2-point conversion run attempt failed, however. So Faith 2 out of 3 on conversions, and both teams 3 out of 4 overall. 22-8 with 2:12 to play after a 3 and out for North Central, having to punt again. Faith had an opportunity with 55 seconds to go from their own 36-yard line. Got some good plays, a couple of pass plays. One of them got them to the North Central 28, and then another 23-yard hookup from Harper to Gray got them down to the 5. But Faith kind of, it seemed like they panicked just a little bit, and Jess Harper rolling to his right, trying to stiff arm a defender, unloaded a pass, and there's a lot of things he could have done, but it was actually picked off by North Central, and Jade Jacobs making the good defensive play. North Central got it after a personal foul on the Longhorns at their own 17-yard line, but they just knelt on it with just a few seconds to go, and that is where we are right now. Here, 22-8, Faith has the lead here at halftime. Take a look at some stats in this one. North Central trying to do most of their offense on the ground. Had the 50-yarder to start, but overall 103 yards of total offense, and this coming on about, 14, 19, about 21 carries. So other than the 50-yarder, which is about half of the ground offense, in fact, 96 yards of total offense on the ground for the Thunder. Through the air, Bo Schilling, 1 out of 7 for 7 yards, and he has thrown the 1 interception as well. Spencer Beakler caught the pass for 7 yards. So 7 through the air, 96 on the ground, 103 total yardage so far for the North Central Thunder. Faith, a little bit more than that. They have 67 yards on the ground, led by Jess Harper with 6 carries for 27 yards. By the way, let's give you the individual yardage for North Central. Cason Hinton has 64 yards on 7 carries. Of course, 50 of that came on his first run of the game. Landon Wolf, 7 carries for 23 yards and the 1 touchdown from a yard out for North Central. Bo Schilling has 3 yards on 5 carries. Bryson Hartling and Cole Bukowski, both with 3 yards each on their only carries of the game. Now, individually for Faith on the ground, it is Jess Harper, as we mentioned, 6 carries for 27 yards. Matthew Gray has 4 carries for 23 yards. And then Wasey Nelson with 10 yards on 3 carries. Rylan Palmer a 7-yarder. And Lanny Brooks with 1 carry for no gains. So 67 yards unofficially for the Longhorns on the ground. Through the air, Jess Harper has completed 6 of 13 passes for a total of 147 yards. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Has also thrown a couple of interceptions. Receiving-wise, Rylan Palmer with 2 catches for 78 yards, including a 48-yard score on their opening possession of the game. Matthew Gray has 3 catches for 48 yards, a 23-yard touchdown, and Caden Selby has 1 catch for 21 yards. So 147 through the air, 67 on the ground for Faith, unofficially 214 total yards for Faith as they lead 22-8. A couple of things that Faith need to clean up, however. 7 penalties marked against them for 65 yards, and they have the 2 turnovers compared to 1 for North Central. So Faith leading this game despite losing the turnover battle to this point. And unofficially, 4 first downs picked up. Seems like more for Faith, but I guess just 4 first downs for the Longhorns. Also 4 first downs in that first half for the North Central Thunder. 22-8, our score. We've got Parents' Night festivities going on here in Faith, and their third of 5 home games in the regular season. Their third of their first 4 games also being played at home on the regular season. We'll take another 3-minute timeout. We'll take a look at scores when we come back as our halftime proceedings continue. Next, you're listening to Regional High School Football on KMLO and online at drgnews.com.
At Rock Tough of Roscoe, they have you covered when it comes to your equipment. Whether it's new or used equipment for purchase or rental, or repair of your equipment, Rock Tough is here for you. For a complete listing of their large selection of inventory for rent or for sale, log on to rocktough.net. Give Dennis a call at 287-4133. That's 287-4133 to see what Rock Tough can do for you. Good luck, North Central Thunder, from everyone at Rock Tough in Roscoe.
Nobody wants to get in an accident, but if you do, Arts Body Shop in Eureka is the only call you need to make. Arts Body Shop, the finest in auto body repair and painting, has the team to do it all. They offer complete collision repair, 24-hour wrecker service, rock chip repair, complete windshield replacement, and locksmith services. So when life throws you a dent, Arts Body Shop can pull it out. Call 284-2524. Arts Body Shop, where the service is excellent and the final result is even better.
Roscoe Hardware is your full-service local hardware store with thousands of products for home improvement, lawn and garden, lots of home decor, and as an Ashley furniture dealer, you can get furniture for every room in the house. Plus, they offer plumbing services and a whole lot more. Why wait for service at a big box store when you can have the personal attention you deserve right on Main Street in Roscoe? With monthly flyers, you'll find savings you can't pass up at Roscoe Hardware.
Teamwork is the key to success, whether you are on the football field or in your cornfield. Hi, this is Mike Kessel from Double M Crop Service in Bowdle. You can use my 15 years of crop insurance experience to have a winning season with your farming operation. Call me at 605-281-1551 to discuss your strategy. As a team, we can win. Double M Crop Service is an equal opportunity agency.
Healthcare is confusing. And that prescription drug plan? Relax. Call us at Turner Drug in Bowdle. Hi, this is Jackie, inviting you to be honestly informed and confident in all your single visits. We have a full-time pharmacist who likely knows you, your family, your parents. It's a generational thing, and it benefits your health in many ways. Take advantage of years of knowledge and local experience at Turner Drug in Bowdle.
Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe is proud to be a North Central Thunder sports sponsor. Dale's Building Supply carries high-quality lumber, siding, a large selection of shingles, decking materials, windows, doors, cabinets, paint, and much more. Let Dale and the staff help you with your next building project with their years of knowledge and expertise. They're locally owned and appreciate all their customers. Good luck, Thunder, from the crew at Dale's Building Supply in Roscoe.
Welcome back to Faith, and welcome back to halftime. And well, if we've got the score incorrect on the video stream, that could be a possibility. We'll get that corrected. Our current score, 22-8. It is Faith on top of the North Central Thunder. Welcome back. There we go. Let's take a look at some scores of what's going on as some of North Central South Dakota's top teams in play tonight. Harriet Selby area already done on homecoming night in Selby. No trouble with the Newell Irrigators tonight. The top team in 9B gets a 72-0 win in a game that ends at halftime. Second-ranked Warner, who was the first opponent of the season for North Central. They got a 50-point victory over the Thunder that night. They're taking care of Potter County this evening in Hoven, 42-6. That's on Hoven's homecoming field. The one game that they play, that game is at halftime. Third-ranked Sully Buttes, or I guess fifth-ranked Sully Buttes, is leading Sunshine Bible Academy 44-0, still halfway through the second quarter. Halftime in Murdo, Phillip leading Jones County 22-0 here. Faith leading North Central 22-8. Other scores through 9B from the North Central part of the state. Faulkton area is leading Langford area 46-6. That game is into the third quarter. And out west, Wall leading Kadoka area 20-0, and Harding County Bison has a 20-6 lead early second quarter over Lemon McIntosh. We'll run through some other 9-man scores and scroll through. Ipswich leads Northwestern in the third quarter, now 48-0. They'll play with a running clock the rest of the way in that one. And Lyman, our game on KPLO FM tonight, no trouble with White River so far at halftime, leading 50-8. Lyman is fifth ranked in Class 9A. And Timberlake leads 22-0 at home over Dupree, as that game is early in the second half as well. And Ipswich, might have mentioned, leading Northwestern 48-0. And next week, actually, I believe it's Harriet Selby going to Ipswich here on KMLO FM. So we keep an eye on some of those things. And that's what we've got for 9-man football in our area in central South Dakota. The Mobridge Pollock Tigers are taking on Redfield tonight at halftime. This game on Star 99. It's the Pheasants leading the Tigers 14-6, so a good defensive battle on that one. And that's what we've got right now for the scores from, again, the north central part of the state. We'll take a look at what is to come for these two teams. Next action, Thunder will be hosting Castlewood in Eureka. That'll be the Eureka homecoming next Friday night. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow, they go to Watertown to go up against Great Plains Lutheran. That's the next time we'll have North Central scheduled here on KMLO FM, a Saturday afternoon kickoff in Watertown, as North Central will go against Great Plains Lutheran. For Faith, they'll get Lemon McIntosh next week. McIntosh's homecoming. That game will be on up in McIntosh once again. And then they'll host the Timberlake Panthers for the Faith homecoming 2 weeks from tonight. Once again, we mentioned as North Central will be on KMLO once again in a couple of weeks at Great Plains Lutheran. Faith will be on DRG Media Group station KGFX AM all the way at the end of the regular season on October 14th when they go to Stanley County. And as mentioned, Harriet Selby is at Ipswich in our next KMLO high school football broadcast. Here we go to the second half, and our opening kick of the second half, like the opening kick of the night, sponsored by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve. As the kick up in play, high end over end, taking on a nice short hop receive by Rylan Palmer at the 9-yard line. Flag thrown quickly, but Palmer running far side. He'll go out of bounds on an otherwise nice return, but all the way back. A flag will rest at about the 18-yard line, so this one likely coming back. It'll be Faith, though, in the opening possession from the Montana Dakota Utilities kickoff. Hey, Vikings football gets going this weekend on KMLO as well. Vikings-Packers with a 2:30 pregame, 3:30 kickoff from U.S. Bank Stadium. Here on KMLO, once again, your home for Vikings football. And as a somewhat of a Vikings fan, you wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing that we're the home of Vikings football. I root for the Vikings against everybody except for one team. And No, it isn't Green Bay. I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan all my life. So 1st and 10, here come the Longhorns, and they'll start on the ground. Matthew Gray continuing to get the hard yards as he'll go right side. Gray's been playing more as a tight end, but he's been spending a lot of time in the backfield. By the way, a penalty that marked the Longhorns back to their 10-yard line to start the second half's festivities. That penalty would be the second, or check at the 8th penalty of the night, as Gray will pick up 3 on his first carry of the second half. And again, underway here as the Longhorns lead the Thunder 22-8. Straight ahead this time. And Wasey Nelson, the fullback, will get nothing. Maybe a yard. It looks like they'll put him at the 24, or make the 14-yard line, rather. Nelson's 4th carry of the night. Well, the Thunder are going to need to make some adjustments here. Defensively, they haven't been playing all that bad. They've given up a couple of big plays tonight, but they've got to get something going on offense. Faith's offense has picked up a little bit of steam in that second quarter. They're trying to keep that momentum going. Now they've got Gray on a hitter out to the far side. Nice pass from Jess Harper to Matthew Gray, backpedaling. He'll be pushed out of bounds all the way up to the 30-yard line. And that's where they will spot this one, a pickup of 16 yards. And again, Faith, who does throw the football a little bit more than they run. They didn't know how much they'd be able to run the football tonight, but they certainly look comfortable in throwing the football when they're able to execute. Under center comes Jess Harper now. Quick pace on the offense. Quick flag thrown as once again it's Gray going to the right side. Landon Wolf once again off of the linebacking spot, but a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage and another hold against the Longhorns. I'll tell you what, if Faith can play this game without drawing the flags, things might go a little bit better than what they already have, but this is going to be penalty number 9 marked against them, as the Thunder will certainly take that penalty. And they'll mark it back inside the 20 down to the 18. Of course, the flag is marked up from the spot of the foul. So essentially a loss of 12. It'll be 1st and 22 from the 18-yard line. Just underway, third quarter here as the sun has set, although a nice sunset sky to our west here in the northwestern prairie, South Dakota. Here's a first down and long play. Quick pass over to the far side. This is Harper to Matthew Gray, chipping away in the long yardage situation. This time the completion up across the 25 to about the 26. Gain of 8.
Going to bring up second down.
Second down here, we'll call it, well, it was first and a lot longer than 22, it looks like, if they got 8 on that one. We're going to spot it at the, I'm going to call it the 23, so just a 5-yard gainer. Close to the field, we can hear pretty much what everybody's saying down there when it quiets down here. Now a lot of room to run after dropping back, and Jess Harper straight up the middle of the field. Will be met across the 30 and brought down at the 34. Spencer Beakler comes in, makes a nice stop, but Faith's offense is starting to pick up steam. And it'll be third down.
Third and about 5 for Longhorns.
We'll call it 5 to go. Double-digit gain here from the 23 and now up to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 11. For Harper, the quarterback. Third down and 5. We see Nelson in the backfield with Harper out of the gun, coming left side. Pass is caught by Harper, or Rylan Palmer, rather. Bounces off of Cole Bukowski a couple of times. I really don't know that he got that first down. Of course, after he reestablished his position, Bukowski, I think, may have hit him right at the line to gain, but then Palmer reestablished himself and then tried to get an advance, and they'll be short of a first down. It's going to be 4th down and 1. Up ahead of the 35, spotted at the 38, a pickup of 4. was a good play and a good receive by Palmer. He had to reach behind himself a little bit. Faith is going to go for it here. I formation, give it to the fullback. Nelson's got the first down right down in front of us. He needed a yard, and he got a yard and a half right up to midfield. In fact, we'll give him 2. First down for Nelson. And a time-consuming drive now for the Longhorns to start our second half as they lead 22-8 over the North Central Thunder. Longhorns will break the huddle. North Central with 4 down linemen. Well, 2 down linemen, 2 linebackers on the outside standing, trying to rush, but here's a pitch back, and it's Gray. Hard hitting down below us here. Wolf with the finish. Beakler and Jacobs in on the stop as well. And not much. Back to the line of scrimmage at best, this time for Matthew Gray. Still, one of the most interesting things we were looking forward to seeing in this game as far as the Faith Longhorns are concerned with all of the injuries that they've had. They've got 5 people who are not dressed. They only have 20 on the entire roster. The quarterback that started the season is out, and some other position players. Now you've got a Plan B quarterback playing well, and you've got a Plan B running back playing well, who's normally a tight end. Long pass going to the far side, and a flag will be thrown by the back judge here. Wasey Nelson, the intended receiver, the pass was overthrown. Nelson got bumped at the end of the play, and they are going to call pass interference here. Now, of course, it is an uncatchable ball, but that doesn't matter in high school football. It almost seemed like the pass was about ready to hit the ground when Nelson got bumped as well, but I think in high school rules, this might be a pretty good call. So from the 40-yard line all the way to North Central territory, a 15-yard penalty will have the Longhorns at 1st and 10 at the Thunder 25-yard line. Bad break there for North Central. Play action pass, floater, near side. Pass is caught on the sideline as he inbounds. Yes, he is. Caden Selby hauls this one in. Bukowski in coverage. Was a question whether there was a bobble. He had plenty of room once he got first contact on that one, though. That was a good receive for Caden Selby, and they'll mark him just inside the 5-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 20. And another first down so far in this opening drive of the second half. Jess Harper is 4 for 4. Possession started back at the 10-yard line after a penalty. Gray with a quick give has a head of steam up the middle. Touchdown. Matthew Gray from 5 yards out tacks on to the lead for the Faith Longhorns. They now lead 28-8 as they will line up for 2. Faith Longhorns actually they've now scored on 3 of their last 4 possessions. The one possession of those last 4 that they didn't score on was at the end of the first half when an interception was taken away inside the 5-yard line by the Thunder. So they've been progressing. Here's a pass that was cut in front of by the Thunder defense, and a good job defending there for North Central, so the 2-point conversion attempt will fail, and again the Longhorns will settle for 6. So with 6:49 to go, good time-consuming drive for Faith to start the second half. They lead in the third quarter, 28-8. North Central will receive a Longhorn kick after we take a 30-second break. You're listening to high school football regional coverage on KMLO.
Core Trust Bank offers a bit of tradition mixed with innovative solutions that go above and beyond. From the diverse products we offer in local decision-making, we continually reach higher to serve you, our valued customers. This is Brock Knoll, Branch Manager, inviting you to come see us so we can learn about your future plans and goals. You can count on us to be there. Raise your expectations with Core Trust Bank in Bowdle, member FDIC.
Well, you start the second half leading 22-8, and as far as Brian Berglund and the Faith Longhorns are concerned, I don't know that things could have gone any better for the Longhorns in this opening drive of the second half. 10 plays, 70 yards, and 5 minutes and 11 seconds taken off. They were helped out by a pass interference penalty that took them to the 25-yard line, but 2 or 3 plays later, well, the next play, a 20-yard pass to Caden Selby. And the next play, a 5-yard touchdown run from Matthew Gray. The pass attempt for the conversion failed. Here goes the kickoff from our right to left. And again, 28-8 our score is Bukowski trying to make his way up the middle of the field, running hard and juking and jiving. And now we've got some extra activity at the end of the play, and it looks like Faith is going to get flagged again. Bukowski tackled by Jess Harper. And just speculation, it just seemed like for whatever reason, Harper was trying to wrestle the football out of. No, it's just an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against North Central. So I don't know what happened there, but North Central, after a decent return, making a mistake, and they'll get their second 15-yard penalty here in the second half, and that's just going to make the field a little bit longer, as the return had come out to the 24-yard line, so they'll mark them back half the distance to the goal, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 12. So now, a 3-possession lead for the Longhorns on their home turf, North Central. As we talked about second half adjustments, going to have to come out and try to make some plays happen on offense. Bo Schilling, the sophomore quarterback, will try to get some things going. He'll send Bukowski out to the right side. Landon Wolf and Kaysen Hinton to Schilling's side. Makes a nice catch on a bad snap. Now he wants to throw long on first down. Bukowski off of his hand. And we're going to have a pass interference penalty here called on Rylan Palmer. Right out in front of us as Bukowski reached for it. He could only get one arm reached out. I don't know if his second hand was free. Maybe that was why there was a pass interference penalty, but Palmer will be penalized this time. That was just good one-on-one coverage and really a good idea for North Central in this case. Maybe you get that pass interference penalty to help you get out of the shadow of your own goalpost, even though it's just a 15-yard markup, but the Thunder will take it. So they'll have it 1st and 10 with a new first down and a fresh set of downs at the Thunder 27-yard line. Moving left to right, Thunder in road white, red numbers, blue sleeves, black pants and helmets. This is a nice run on first down here for Schilling. The whistle is blown. Schilling's forward progress has come to an end, and then the ball was ripped out of his hands, and Faith was ready to pounce, but a good start on first down here for Schilling of 5 yards up across the 30-yard line. They'll put it at the 32. So at least on a couple of plays here, North Central trying a long pass. They got a pass interference penalty, and then showing some energy here on 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd down and 5 after that 5-yard pickup. Close range right out in front of us if you're watching at drgnews.com, the KMLO page. Here's Landon Wolf on a fullback give. Makes a nice move. He gets tripped up. Boy, he stays on his feet. Maybe he takes it to the house, but he is into Faith Longhorn territory across the 40-yard line and then to the 36. A good gain here is North Central trying to fight back. And we'll call this one a gain of a dozen for Landon Wolf, his longest carry of the game. That's the longest rushing attempt for North Central. The first time they've had a double-digit yardage rushing attempt since the 50-yarder that Kaysen Hinton had of the first play of the game. Wolf will come again. Right side opened up again as he's got another first down, but a flag comes in from behind, and this one may not hold up. And Jesse Strickers, our official. And checking with Coach Berglund of Faith. They'll take the penalty. And that'll wipe away a positive gain. Now the flag rests well ahead of the line of scrimmage. In fact, inside the 30 at the 28-yard line, they'll mark off 10 yards from there. So give Wolf the 8 yards to the 28. But then a penalty of 10 yards will mark them back. And it'll be at the 38 yard line here. Now first down still, but about 13 to go. High formation. Hinton will take it as the deep back. He'll bounce off of the first hit and then dive forward back maybe to the original line of scrimmage, which would be a gain of 3 to the 36 again. Call that a gain of 2, actually. Hinton's first carry of the second half. He had 64 yards, but 6 carries for 14 yards after his first one of the game. 2nd and 10 now, a third quarter that has had the clock running. Not constantly, but a little more often with more ground offense and more efficient offense. First from the Longhorns, now here from the Thunder, doing it mostly on the ground. A pitch back here and straight ahead. Cason Hinton comes inside the 35, diving to the 33. He'll pick up 3 more. As you can hear, 3rd and 7. Thunder scored on their opening possession of the first half. They haven't scored since. This is their opening possession of the second half, but they did give up a 6-point possession to the Longhorns, and they trail now 28-8. 3:45 clock running. Thunder really taking their time in this huddle, and the back judge is counting down the last 5 seconds, and Coach Dana Strong going to have to take a timeout here. First charge timeout of the second half of the Thunder. Timeouts in our broadcast sponsored by Agtegra and your local Agtegra cooperative. Contact them today because Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. A 30-second timeout, and we're back. It's 28-8. Longhorns leading the Thunder here. Regional high school football is on KMLO.
Pre-book quality seed from Seed Solutions Now. Partner with the company that offers quality seed knowledge and customer service in the Leola and Roscoe areas. Order now and pay later with great financing available at Seed Solutions, Winsman, Ray Hybrids, Golden Harvest, and Legend. The Roscoe area, call Gary at 228-1756. That's 228-1756. Or Joel at 281-1000, 281-1000. In the Leola area, call Gary or Joel or Chris at 380-8862. That's 380-8862.
Back out of the timeout as Faith and North Central battle here. Mid-third quarter, Brian Oakland with you. Daniel Peterson back in the studio. 28-8. The Longhorns lead. Big play coming up for North Central. 3rd down and 8. They are in 4-down territory at this spot here. Bo Schilling takes a low snap. It's through his legs. He'll recover it and then be contacted back at the midfield 40-yard stripe. So that is not how the Thunder wanted to come out of a timeout. And again, they needed that timeout to save a delay of game penalty. And now a loss of 7 on this play. Back to midfield. Again, it's an 80-yard field here.
On the east side of the field, please shut your headlights off.
So now, from midfield, 4th down and 14 for North Central. In the huddle.
Yeah, that was nice, but now just shut them off.
They'll spread the field. Wide outs 2 times. Both sides here. Schilling is alone. Good snap here, but here comes the rush. He gets rid of the pass, and it'll be overthrown. Intended for Bukowski. Schilling had Jaden Hayford bearing down on him. You don't want to get hit by him on a free run. Schilling had to unload it. And it'll be a turnover on downs by North Central. Faith will take over with 2:49 to play in the third quarter. Friday night under the lights here in Faith, and right at midfield, the Longhorns will take over. First half had this game setting at 8-8 for a long time, but the Longhorn offense woke up in the second quarter, and they continued that into the third. So here they come right to left. In black on black. They'll start with Jess Harper. Rolling right, cutting back to the left, a quarterback keeper, and he'll spin his way up for 4, maybe 5, into Thunder territory to the 35-yard line. Jay Jacobs gets in there on the stop. He's played well, the freshman. We'll give him 4 to the 36, just shy of the 35-yard line. As Jess Harper running a pretty good offense here tonight so far for Faith. First half stats had Faith in a 214 to 103 advantage total yardage wise. Here's Matthew Gray with the tailback give, and he'll bound his way inside the 35-yard line. Wolf and company converge on him, but close to a first down inside the 35 to the 32. That's a pickup of 4. Third and a long one now for Faith. I think what you're seeing now, especially from Matthew Gray, it just seems that as soon as he hits the line of scrimmage, he's already at full speed. Tall guy, normally a tight end, but he's got a good stride. Now Harper trying to follow his lead. He's got the turn. First down, Faith Longhorns inside the 30-yard line, brought down at about the 29. There again is Jade Jacobs. Got 21 out there. I don't have a 21 on the roster for North Central, unfortunately, but they converge, but still a first down pickup for quarterback Jess Harper, and Faith is on the move again. We're calling this one at the 24-yard line, a gain of 8 for Jess Harper. Another give as Faith continues to figure some things out on the ground. Lacey Nelson with a good gain here on first down from the 25 down inside the 20 to the 19. Another 5 yards here for the Longhorns. Faith starting to just do it all on the ground, and more importantly for them, even though still in the third quarter, but they're chewing some clock with 40 seconds to go. We're in the final minute of the third. Longhorns lead 28-8, but this quarterback keeper out to the right side sees the Thunder defense do the job. They'll get him in the backfield, and a loss on this play of a yard back. Bryson Hartling makes a good stop. Put it at the 20. That is a loss of 1 for Harper. Now 3rd and 6, and Faith will let the clock run out here in the third quarter, most likely, with a 28-8 lead. That'll be our score going to the fourth on the Real Tough scoreboard. Faith Longhorns from a 22-8 halftime lead. They scored their first possession, but ate a lot of clock, and now are on the move again as we'll go to the fourth. Faith Longhorns 28, North Central Thunder 8. Our score on the scoreboard brought to you by Real Tough Farm Products, Mobridge, South Dakota. Pause for 60 seconds. We're going to the fourth next. Regional high school football under the lights is on KMLO and DRGnews.com.
Premier Equipment in Eureka is dedicated to providing the best service and advice for their customers. If you're in the market for a newer used tractor, to boomers or round balers, they can help you with your equipment needs. They know that your success is their success. At Premier Equipment, they offer a full line of parts, supplies, and they're also your full-service New Holland farm equipment dealer. Premier Equipment in Eureka is proud to be a high school sports sponsor.
Wherever you're going today, don't go hungry. At AP Express in Roscoe, they are your go-to spot for signature hot stuff pizza and a whole lot more. Everything is made fresh, from the breakfast burritos, hot sandwiches, cheesy garlic bread, burgers, appetizers, pizza, and sweet desserts. Diesel and gasoline are at the pumps 24/7. Don't drive by, stop by, and feed your craving. Good luck in the game from the entire team at AP Express in Roscoe on Highway 12 in Roscoe.
Going to the fourth quarter, welcome back to Faith as the Longhorns will have it. 3rd down and 6. They're at the North Central 20-yard line. 80-yard field here. Brian Oakland, glad to have you with us here Friday night under the lights. 3rd and 6 as Faith tries to keep their second possession of the second half going. They switch directions now, moving left to right. Play action. Harper has to redirect back up the middle of the field. He had Caden Selby wide open on the near sideline. Caught at the 5. He turns it around into the end zone for 6. A touchdown to the Longhorns on what really, at first glance, looked like a bit of a broken play. Harper turned around, it was play action all the way, but he wanted to roll out to his left side, but that avenue was closed off by the North Central defense. Harper kept his composure. He stepped up into the pocket and had it Selby all by himself out on the right side in the pattern. And it turns out to be downfield, an uncontested 20-yard touchdown reception for Selby. Wasey Nelson gets the carry, but he comes up a little bit short on the 2-point conversion. So Faith, who got their first 2 conversions of the night, missing on their next 3. They'll settle for 6 once again, but a comfortable lead now 6 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's 34-8, our score. We'll take a 30-second break. Faith kicks when we return with more high school football on KMLO.
Do you want to be around for your kids and grandkids? Then take care of yourself at the Bowdle Healthcare Center. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer in American men. 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed each year with prostate cancer, and 1 in 41 will die. That's why the Bowdle Healthcare Center reminds you to schedule your prostate exam to help you keep safe. Although serious, early detection can save your life. Call the Bowdle Healthcare Center at 285-6832 to schedule your appointment today.
Back in Faith as a 6-play, 40-yard drive covering 2 minutes and 55 seconds, taking us 6 seconds into the fourth quarter, culminating in a 20-yard touchdown pass from Jess Harper to Caden Selby. The conversion fails. It's 34-8. Harper with his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. Selby catches his first. In fact, of those 3 touchdowns, 3 different receivers have hauled them in for the Longhorns tonight, so they're spreading the wealth. Jaden Hayford kicking, and once again, Cole Bukowski will let it go in this direction into the end zone. So, North Central will start after the touchback at their own 15-yard line on this 80-yard field with 11:54. Obviously a lot of time left in this game, but 4 possessions down now. Faith has really gotten that offense going, and they've, in the end, so far, at least to this point, in the second half especially, have out-physicaled the North Central Thunder. Here's a give to Landon Wolf, the fullback, up ahead. Wasey Nelson making a nice play. Quick grab. He'll spin him forward for a few yards, a pickup of 3. They'll call it at the 18-yard line. Wolf's 10th carry of the night. Carries have been spread out for North Central. Wolf with 10, Case and Hinton with 9. Bo Schilling has kept it for 7 carries. But again, the yardage total just haven't been able to move the chains near enough. Out of the shotgun with twins both sides here. It'll go on a play to the right side. Inside handoff to Jade Jacobs. That'll be his first carry of the night, the freshman. Lanny Brooks in on the stop, and this one will get just a yard on Jacobs' first carry of the night. To the 19, it'll be 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 for the Thunder coming up.
Out of the huddle come North Central, but definitely a situation where they have to make plays and move the chains. In the fourth quarter now, cool night, but a lot of guys still wearing short sleeves. Probably had to practice in 100-degree heat over the week, and here we've got a 55-degree night at about 9 p.m. on a Friday. Play that starts right, comes back to the left. Hinton a little bit slow getting up, but he's, nope, that's Schilling rather, keeping it. And Bo Schilling will get the play call here. Short of a first down by a couple of yards, they'll spot him. Across the 20 to the 23, give him 4, but they need a couple more. And the Thunder will go for it. Under 10 minutes to play here in the fourth. Shotgun snap, handoff on the inside to Wolf, trying to drive with the legs. Matthew Gray meets up with him. Looks like he'll be short of a first down. He needed the 25. He got a yard to the 24. Thunder had to go for it, but they just could not open up the hole. Wolf with a yard, but it'll be Faith football on a very short field as they'll set up on the North Central 24-yard line. 9:47 to go in this one. Longhorns lead 34-8.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 100.7 FM, KMLO, Lowry Mobridge. Don't text and drive.
Well, after station identification, first down play. Looking for Selby again was Jess Harper, but this one well covered. Jay Jacobs playing a pretty good game defensively, but also number one, the kicker. I think I was told who that was earlier. They don't have him on the roster, though, out there in coverage, too. So an incomplete pass here. It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line. That's the first incompletion for Jess Harper in 6 attempts here in the second half. Keep it on the ground this time. There's Lanny Brooks once again. His first rushing attempt since the first half, maybe even the first quarter, but this one may not count. There's a flag thrown from the official on the far side. And we'll check this one. Brooks with a nice carry. Only got back to the line of scrimmage on his first attempt of the night, but this one is a hold against Faith. Faith is leading comfortably right now, 34-8, but the one thing not going well for them is their penalty numbers. They're losing a lot of yards because of the laundry on the field. Mark him back to the 31 this time. So a 10-yard penalty. Actually, Brooks had a 3-yard positive gain to that point until the spot of the foul, so we'll give him 3 yards. But penalty number 11 has been marked off against the Longhorns now. Try it again. Left side here. Brooks got a yard back to the 30. Spencer Beakler in on the stop. And only a yard. So 3rd down and 16 unofficially here for Faith. Down in distance right now for the Longhorns, really not that big of an issue. Faith would just want to keep that clock running as much as they can here through the 4th quarter, as they try to improve to 3-1 on the season, which would be 3-0 on their home field. Shotgun snap. Harper going long over the middle, and this one with a push by the North Central defender, which really wasn't needed. Caden Selby was coming over the middle, and this pass floated well over his head, but our aforementioned number one without position is guilty of a pass interference penalty. So this one bails out Faith. From the 30-yard line, they'll mark it up 15. But on 3rd and 16, 15 yards to the good for Faith will make it 3rd and 1. It is not an automatic first down. Some big penalties, though, here for the Thunder in the second half. They were only guilty of 1 penalty the entire first half. But 3rd and 1, certainly a negotiable situation. As Faith coming out still in their huddle, now breaking that. Clock had stopped, 8:37 to play. Here in our 4th quarter, 34-8 Longhorns. Shotgun snap, a keeper, doesn't happen. There is a false start. Maybe by Lanny Brooks out on the left side, or Caden Selby also coming back from that area. So now a false start. 3rd and 1 becomes a little more difficult at 3rd and 6. And again, Faith should just be settling in, should be able to just do what they want to on offense. That's kind of what the way the whole second half has gone, but making things a little more difficult here. We'll see what happens on 3rd and 6 as they mark it back now to the 20-yard line. Got to throw. 3rd and 6, near side with it, wide open is Ryland Palmer as he has it at the 10-yard line, down to the 5, and then forced out of bounds, a pickup of about 15 here. Faith receivers are doing a good job finding space, running their routes, getting open, and now Jess Harper has been delivering. They'll mark this one outside the 5 at the 6, but that is a gain of 14 yards and first down and a goal-to-go situation. Ryland Palmer with his 4th catch of the game. started the Faith scoring tonight with a 48-yard touchdown reception. 8:26 to go. Harper wants to keep it, starts right, cuts back to the left. Beakler crawls up on top of him, and then it's Harper giving him a ride. How far? Touchdown, all the way to the goal line. 4-6 goes Jess Harper. 6-yard touchdown run here, and Faith tacks on another one for good measure. 40-8, our score now. This game was very competitive in that first half, but it has been all Faith since about the 8:30 mark of the second quarter. They've scored on now 5 of their last 6 possessions. 2-point conversion, a low pass thrown by Harper, looking for Lanny Brooks in the end zone, but that'll fall short. Faith again settles for 6. 40-8, our score, a 32-point lead for the Longhorns with 8:20 to play. And they'll kick when we come back. You're listening to high school football back in 30 seconds, KMLO, drgnews.com.
Fatten up your savings at First State Bank of Roscoe. We offer a variety of savings options to help you plan for a comfortable future. We'll examine your current financial situation and long-term goals to create a customized savings plan just for you. That's First State Bank of Roscoe with branches in Eureka and Bowdle, your locally owned, independent community bank. Member FDIC.
A relationship you can bank on. First State Bank of Roscoe.
Well, the Longhorns now 3 for 3 since halftime when they led 22-8. This time they go 56 yards on just 4 plays. There was a pass interference penalty in there, a couple of other penalties, kind of a messy possession for both teams, but in the end, a 6-yard touchdown on the ground for Jess Harper. Set up by a good 20-yard play from Harper to Rylan Palmer that set him up in the red zone. Jaden Hayford will kick off as the Longhorns lead 40-8. Hayford's been kicking well in this direction. Here's a low line drive, and this one returnable. Bukowski in the middle of the field from the 5-yard line. Cuts up the middle and then at the outside. And good special teams coverage, but there is a flag once again at the end of the play. So what happened out there? You speculate. Could be a face mask, could be a roughness penalty. And somebody for North Central is down on the ground, and kind of an apparent lower back issue. Got a personal foul at the end of the play here, though, by the Longhorns. That is Bukowski, I think, who was returning the kick, and he's limping off with an apparent back issue. Penalty number 13 for the Longhorns. Forget about 40-8. That'll drive coaches insane. So 15-yard markup will advance the Thunder all the way to the 35-yard line. Good field position near midfield. And again, midfield is the 40. Thunder's going to call a timeout here. They're still in discussions with the officials about something over there on the far side of the field, but a timeout in our broadcast coming here. Sponsored by Agtegra, reminding you that Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. So contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 30-second break. It's 40-8. The Longhorns in command with 8:15 to play. You're listening to Regional High School Football on KMLO and drgnews.com.
At Couch Meat Market in Eureka, we are proud to provide you with all your processing, smoking, and curing needs since 1982. Whether it's pork, beef, or sausage, we will cut and wrap to your patients. Meat has a colorful broth, snack stick, turkey, sausage, amazing cheeses, cheese curds, and more. Come on in and get what you need. We're always happy to see you at Couch Meat Market in Eureka. You can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat.
Well, quick time out there as we're back at it, ready to go. North Central. Possessions are numbered now. They trail 40-8. Bo Schilling hands off. Landon Wolf after contact. Nice move up the far seam until he meets up with Lanny Brooks across the 40-yard line, just in to Faith territory, and they'll call it at the 39-yard line. Gain of 6. Landon Wolf has been running well here. It'll be 2nd and 4. And I say that, he's running well. It looks like he's gaining yards, but still, Faith has been maybe bending a little, but not quite breaking. Now Schilling, and a bad snap out of the shotgun. Loose football. Schilling will get to it, but all the way back inside his own 30-yard line. Third bad long snap of the night for North Central here. 2 punts earlier, and now a shotgun situation where Bo Schilling had to retreat all the way back to his own 27-yard line. This will be a loss on the play of 14 yards. Schilling, unfortunately, stat-wise, I've got to give that to his rushing stats, but it really wasn't his fault there. Schilling got a good snap here, but it is 2nd long. Now he is met and tackled for a loss in the backfield. 83, Roy Antrim is a 160-pound freshman who gets in there. And for all that has happened offensively and defensively and a lot of pass attempts, that is our first quarterback sack of the night, as this one will move the Thunder back to their 20-yard line, a loss of 7 now. It'll be 4th and long. 4th and 25 as it is, a 6-minute, 14-second situation. Actually, punt situation coming here. Beakler ready to kick it away. Faith might have got a quick jump on that one, but this kick is a good one by Beakler. Palmer going to take it here at his 25. Cut back to the middle of the field. Now far side all the way across. Beakler can't get to him. Palmer still on his feet. Now he'll stroll out of bounds all the way at the Thunder 30-yard line. Good return there for Rylan Palmer. And I'd call that a patient run. He was looking for an avenue here on the near side. That was closed off, went all the way to the far side, and was just waiting for his blocks to materialize. And a good return after the punt. But again, a mistake for North Central on that bad shotgun snap that took them out of any opportunity to try to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 25. Even in this situation, a definite punting situation. 5:49 to go. The Longhorns have it again. 40-8. They have the lead, and they've got the football at the North Central 31-yard line. Jess Harper, quick handoff. There is Wasey Nelson. Stiff arms, spins again, and he's got a first down pickup. Tell you what, the Longhorns just seem like they're getting stronger and stronger and building more and more momentum as this game goes on. The game really out of reach now, but Faith still feeling very confident and comfortable with their performance right now. Down to the 19-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 for the fullback, Wasey Nelson. Harper again under center. Here comes Brooks. Had a hole, but that was blocked and closed off quickly. Landon Wolf came streaking in there. Beakler in on the stop as well. Brooks gets a yard at best. Well, there is a flag on the near side. So, with 5:19, our clock will stop. Good night for the Longhorns here. Their next home game will be homecoming 2 weeks from tonight, but Thunder will play homecoming in Eureka next week. Talked about the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. Thunder host Castlewood, looking at a potentially tough game there. And again, 2 weeks from tomorrow on a Saturday afternoon, they'll go to Watertown to play Great Plains Lutheran. That'll be a long trip there to the other side of the state. Longhorns, we mentioned, actually a homecoming opponent at McIntosh against Lemon McIntosh next week, and then they'll host Timberlake of their own penalties here. So we had offsetting penalties here Some extracurricular activity in the blocking scheme out on the near side. So forget about that and wipe off the play. It'll be 1st and 10 still for the Longhorns as they have it at the North Central 19-yard line. Harper wants to throw near side, and this one off of the outstretched fingertips of Cooper Schulke, freshman in there, 140-pounder, made a nice adjustment, but he just couldn't reach it. That'll be incomplete. And 2nd down and 10. And again, a rare incomplete pass from Jess Harper here in the second half. Unofficially 2 out of 8. He's been very efficient through the air. And Faith, really, their offense has been efficient for the last 2.5 to 3 quarters. Clock stopping at 5:11 to go, 40-8, our score. Harper with the eye behind him, but they're going to redirect on the reverse to Ryland Palmer. Near side, a lot of room to run. He cuts back to the outside, another flag thrown. And Palmer inside the 15 to about the 10. Then there's another flag thrown at the end of the play. A flag is resting at the 15 and another one at the 10. Lots of flags tonight, most of them thrown against the Faith Longhorns.
I think this one is too.
There's a good chance this one is. Or question is there 1 or 2? If there's 2, obviously you only take 1, but and you'd probably take the one that's 5 yards behind the other one. Holding.
Holding on the offense.
An unsportsmanlike on Faith at the end. Now you take both of them. They're going to mark back a Meade County mile here. Unsportsmanlike and a dead ball foul. You take that. So Palmer on a reverse took it all the way down where? To the 10-yard line, but they're marking a holding penalty back from the 15. And then a 15-yard penalty for the unsportsmanlike, and now suddenly you're back at the 40. In fact, into the Faith side of the field at the 39. So yeah, Faith's got a ways to go here. Penalties number 15 and 16 on the night. It's hard to believe they still have a 40-8 lead. Harper. 2nd down and forever. Got time to throw. Actually, you didn't see it at first, but now you've got a pass interference penalty as Schulke, the intended receiver, gets pushed from behind. There were 4 receivers down there, and now we've got another penalty on the Faith sideline as Caden Selby, just in a little bit of excitement, but he got a little too far, and he just got flagged by Genevieve DeMent Osborne here. And now what you're going to have is probably offsetting 15-yard penalties.
Pass interference by the defense.
Okay, so not a penalty on this one. It's a warning on the sideline. And you can't fault them here. Tough situation to penalize Selby. I mean, they're excited for the youngster making a play here, but a 15-yard pass interference against North Central will count, and again, that's not an automatic 1st down, but they'll spot the football to the 25-yard line of North Central. 2nd down and 35 or so. Now looks more like 2nd down and 16 or 17. Here's Brooks. Nice stop and a jump cut away from Jade Jacobs there. Cuts back toward the middle of the field. He's inside the 25, inside the 20, down to the 15, down to the 11, we're going to call it now. And a gain of 14 yards for Lanny Brooks. Impressive. Jump stop and a cut back there to gain some extra yardage. Clock runs, 4:10 to play in our 4th quarter. Under center goes Harper again, back to Brooks, but nowhere to go, and there will be a flag thrown by the umpire, which means holding on the Longhorns. Beakler in there on the stop. Well, with all due respect, these game officials, they don't miss much. They've been throwing flags all night long here.
Holding against the offense.
I actually do a little softball umpiring, and referee Jesse Strickers and I have worked together before, so I know him. I can toy with him a little bit, but it's not just him. It's a good crew from Rapid City here officiating tonight, but they'll pick this one up, another holding penalty. Faith just needs another challenge. They'll mark it back here now to the 21-yard line. So 3rd and about 13. They'll keep it on the ground here. Keeping it on the ground keeps the clock moving. It was Schilke with his first carry of the night. He's had a couple of passes intended his way. Cooper gains a couple. Maybe a yard to the 20-yard line. That'll be a 4th down situation from there. We'll call it 4th and a dozen. Still, the clock will run. North Central hoping for one more defensive play here. Schilke in motion back to the slot on the right side. The intended receiver here, but a misconnection from Jess Harper. Threw that one a little bit behind him, overthrew him as well. No chance for Schilke, and at long last, that's a turnover on downs by the Longhorns. So North Central will get it from there. And the Thunder will take a timeout here. 3 minutes, 1 second left to play. Timeouts in our KMLO broadcast sponsored by Agtegra. Acres ahead, maximizing your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra dealer today. A 30-second timeout. We're back with more. It's Faith on top, 40-8. North Central with one more possession, perhaps, when we come back. High school football is on KMLO and DRGnews.com.
All of us at Drake's Place C-Store in Bowell invite you to stop by before or after the game. Hi, this is Ryan Drake, reminding you that we have everything you need to fill up both your tank and your appetite. Choose from subs, pizzas, chicken, or one of our delicious burgers. We also carry snacks, beverages, and more. After the game, meet your friends for a beer and some snacks while you talk over the game, or fill up your tank at the Drake's Place in Bowell, proud sponsor of this game.
Now, welcome back once again. Still in timeout of the North Central Thunder. Trailing 40-8. Had a good first drive, but just have not been able to get the offense going ever since. They'll have it first down in here. Change of possession. They've got it at the 20-yard line. On their own side of the field. 3:01 left to go. North Central trying to avoid falling a game under 500. Here's a nice delayed handoff, and here goes Jade Jacobs. Out to the far side, across the 40-yard line into Faith territory. Schilke finally runs him down. They'll move the chains, and newsflash, no flags on the field. So a good gain here, 25 yards. That's a burst of speed for Jade Jacobs, and longest run of the night for the Thunder since they got a 50-yarder on their first play of the game. From the 35, Faith, though, will do the job defensively, so an adjustment made there as Jacobs has nowhere to go but back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Faith getting some youngsters in there to get some playing time with a 32-point lead, and again, got 2:15 to play here on a cool night in Faith. Shotgun now, headlights just came on, and that's a bit distracting. Could be, oh, there's another shotgun snap. This is not Bo Schilling quarterbacking, but that wasn't his fault anyway. Anyway, another bad shotgun snap. Donovan Nelson, a freshman quarterback in, does a good job in hustle to get back on it. Saves the possession here, but we'll mark this one back inside the 30. Let's call it the 28. So a loss on the play here. a big one once again. Loss of 17. 3rd down and 27. And we'll see what the freshman quarterback can pull out of his hat here with 1:20 to go. Donovan Nelson under center. I formation behind him. Number 21 takes the handoff. And again, we don't have a 21 on our roster, but may not matter. We got another flag on the play, thrown from behind the play. Wasey Nelson hustling to the spot. He'd get the tackle. Clock stops with every one of these penalties. Outside of a minute to play now. They'll decline it.
Bring up 4th down, 4th and long.
And good idea there. 2 yards for 21 to the 30. And North Central. Let's see, 4th down and 25. Starting the clock again. No real reason to punt here. See if you can make a play.
Cooper Schulke going to be back to receive.
Actually, it looks like they'll punt, and Faith might have got a big jump on that one again on the outside, but the kick away.
Ball's going to roll out of bounds.
The young man who kicks off. I think Dana Strong told me there is a foreign exchange student from France that is the kicker. And he got one away here, but Faith will have it 1st and 10 just across midfield as that punt went out of bounds. 45 seconds to play. Faith will improve to 3-1 on the season. North Central will fall to 1-2 with the loss. Our current score 40-8. Got a final timeout on the field here. Actually, just a play stoppage with the change of possession. We'll see who comes out to run the show now for the Longhorns. They've got it at the 37-yard line of the Thunder. Cooper Schulke, the quarterback this time. Backs in the I formation. He'll hand it off, and a spin move here for Tyon Arneson. Hit hard by Jade Jacobs on a spin move. Going to lose a yard. 2nd down and 11. Faith can maybe try to get one more play in here. We're under 30 seconds to go. Harriet Selby at Ipswich should be a good one. The top-ranked Wolverines had a big offensive explosion tonight. That'll be our next game on Friday night. And the carry here, a positive gain for Logan Schulke, a 130-pound sophomore, but that'll do it. Our final play gets him to the 35 and a gain of 3. But your final score on the Real Tough scoreboard. A good game for Faith on their home field. North Central had a big start tonight, but offense couldn't get much going after that. And your final score on that scoreboard is Faith defeating the North Central Thunder by the score of 40-8. Scoreboard brought to you by Real Tough Farm Products of Mobridge, South Dakota. Plenty to talk about coming up in our postgame, including our big plays of the game, your player of the game, but we'll give you a full recap and the stats and more as well in our postgame. That'll begin in 3 minutes. Come on back. You're listening to regional high school football coverage on KMLO and DRGnews.com.
Insurance can be confusing. What to insure, how much to insure? At Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe, an ISB agency in Ipswich, they care about you and your needs. Give them a call to discuss your present insurance coverage to make sure you're insured properly and at a fair price. Give them a call at Dakota Insurance Solutions in Roscoe at 287-4686 or ISB Agency Ipswich at 426-6243. Dakota Insurance Solutions of Roscoe and ISB Agency in Ipswich are proud to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Rock Tough of Roscoe, they have you covered when it comes to your equipment. Whether it's new or used equipment for purchase or rental, or repair of your equipment, Rock Tough is here for you. For a complete listing of their large selection of inventory for rent or for sale, log on to rocktough.net. Give Dennis a call at 287-4133. That's 287-4133 to see what Rock Tough can do for you. Good luck, North Central Thunder, from everyone at Rock Tough in Roscoe.
Nobody wants to get in an accident, but if you do, Art's Body Shop in Eureka is the only call you need to make. Art's Body Shop, the finest in auto body repair and painting, has the team to do it all. They offer complete collision repair, 24-hour wrecker service, rock chip repair, complete windshield replacement, and locksmith services. So when life throws you a dent, Art's Body Shop can pull it out. Call 284-2524. Art's Body Shop, where the service is excellent and the final result is even better.
Roscoe Hardware is your full-service local hardware store with thousands of products for home improvement, lawn and garden, lots of home decor, and as an Ashley furniture dealer, you can get furniture for every room in the house. Plus, they offer plumbing services and a whole lot more. Why wait for service at a big box store when you can have the personal attention you deserve right on Main Street in Roscoe? With monthly flyers, you'll find savings you can't pass up at Roscoe Hardware.
Teamwork is the key to success, whether you are on the football field or in your cornfield. Hi, this is Mike Kessel from Double M Crop Service in Bowdle. You can use my 15 years of crop insurance experience to have a winning season with your farming operation. Call me at 605-281-1551 to discuss your strategy. As a team, we can win. Double M Crop Service is an equal opportunity agency.
Healthcare is confusing. And that prescription drug plan? Relax. Call us at Turner Drug in Bowdle. Hi, this is Jackie, inviting you to be honestly informed and confident in all your single visits. We have a full-time pharmacist who likely knows you, your family, your parents. It's a generational thing, and it benefits your health in many ways. Take advantage of years of knowledge and local experience at Turner Drug in Bowdle.
Back in Faith, we welcome you to our post-game show. Brian Oakland here with the play-by-play, and Faith runs away with this one by the final score of 40-8. Coming in, a couple of teams that we really expected to have a pretty competitive balance at times, but after the North Central Thunder got a 50-yard run to start the night, and then a couple of plays later, a touchdown run, a very quick strike, only to have Faith come back with a quick strike of their own, and we were 8-8, less than a minute and a half into this game. Looked like it was going to be back and forth all night long. That really wasn't the case. The first quarter, the rest of it scoring-wise was stagnant, even though Faith had a couple of golden opportunities after two back-to-back bad snaps from the Thunder, but Faith couldn't cash in on either opportunity. They finally cashed in at the 8:30 mark of the second quarter when they got a 4-play, 53-yard scoring drive and a Jess Harper to Matthew Gray touchdown pass that put them up 16-8. They got a Harper 3-yard run later in the first half to make it 22-8 with 2:12 to go, and Faith had a chance to get even one more score on the board, but a pass intercepted inside the 5-yard line that on an ill-advised throw, as it turns out. But the defense at times for North Central made some pretty good plays. They got some pretty good stops. They just could not get any offense going in return. It was 22-8 at halftime. Faith took the opening kickoff after a penalty, which was one of the themes of the night. They were pushed back to their own 10-yard line, but probably the best drive of the night as far as sustainment and time of possession. 10 plays, 70 yards, 5 minutes and 11 seconds off of the third quarter clock as Jess Harper was making plays through the air, but it was Matthew Gray who got a 5-yard touchdown run to finish it off. The conversion attempt failed, making it 28-8 at 6:49 left in the third quarter. North Central got a couple of first downs on their next possession, helped out at times by Faith penalties, but they get to midfield and then the drive stalls. On downs, the Longhorns come back and they get a 6-play, 40-yard touchdown drive, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. A Jess Harper to Caden Selby. Touchdown pass from 20 yards out. And again, the conversion fails, making it 34-8, and that was on the first play of the fourth quarter after another 4 and out, now trailing 34-8 North Central in their own territory. Had to go for it. They couldn't get the the 2 yards they needed. In fact, they got 1. They were stopped a yard short, and that happened a couple of times tonight. Faith takes over at the Thunder 24-yard line. 4 plays later, a Jess Harper 6-yard touchdown run. The conversion failed, making it 40-8. That's still with 8:20 to go after a 3-and-out. Faith gets another opportunity, and a 3-and-out rather with the Oh, we'll take that back. Yeah, 3-and-out. Faith had to punt. There was a bad snap in there that cost them a lot of yards. Faith came back out, still was able to move the football, picking up a couple of first downs, giving up a bunch with more penalties, but still running a lot of clock in that second half. And even though the drive stalled at the 20-yard line, they got the job done moving that clock in particular. And then North Central had one last drive from their own 20, got a first down all the way, and a nice run from Jade Jacobs to the Faith 35-yard line, but another bad snap put them in a bad situation, and they had to punt from there, and that was pretty much it. Faith ran it out in the last couple of plays, and the final score in this one, 40-8, as the Longhorns now have won 3 of their first 4 games. Faith on the ground got a lot more momentum. The blocking did the job. The running backs and the quarterback did the job as well. Jess Harper will finish with 55 yards on 11 carries, had a 6-yard touchdown run on the ground. Matthew Gray next in line with 35 yards on 10 carries, including a 5-yard score. Wasey Nelson, 30 yards on 7 carries, and then Lanny Brooks with 15 yards on 4 carries. Ryland Palmer with a 7-yard carry. Logan Schulke in mop-up time with a 3-yarder. Cole Schulke with a 1-yard run, and Tyan Arneson had 1 carry for a loss of a yard. Unofficially 145 on the ground for the Longhorns. Through the air, Jess Harper does a good job. 12 out of 22, 216 yards, throws 3 touchdown passes, did throw 2 interceptions, but 3 touchdown passes will offset those. The one thing that, we'll get to that in a moment, but receiving-wise, Matthew Gray had a nice game, 5 receptions rather, for a total of 69 yards and a touchdown of 23 yards. Ryland Palmer had a nice game, 4 catches, and we'll top him out at 96 yards with a touchdown from 48 yards to start the Faith scoring. Caden Selby had 3 catches, all of them 20 yards plus. He'll tally 61 yards total, and he had a 20-yard touchdown. So 3 guys catching passes, all 3 of them with 1 touchdown thrown from Jess Harper. But again, for Faith, it's the penalties. 17 penalties in this game and 175 yards marked against them. They did have 216 yards of passing offense, 145 on the ground, 361 total, but think about 170 yards, 175 marked against that for what it's worth. They did pick up 11 first downs, had a lot of big plays along the way through the 2 interceptions for those turnovers there. Meanwhile, for I was going to say Eureka Bowdle, but Eureka Bowdle, Roscoe Hosmer for North Central. They will finish up with 130 yards of offense on the ground as Kaysen Hinton leads the way with 69 yards on 9 carries. Had the big 50-yarder to start the night. Landon Wolf, 53 hard yards on 12 carries, including a 1-yard touchdown run, the only score of the night for the Thunder. Jade Jacobs, 3 carries, 26 yards, and a nice 25-yarder. Late in the game, Bryce Hartling and Cole Bukowski had 3-yard carries apiece. And then with the help of fumbles, Bull Schilling loses 7 yards on 9 carries, or bad fumble snap. Donovan Nelson, the backup quarterback, had to fall on a bad snap before a loss of 17 there. So unofficially 130 on the ground, no yards passing in this one. Bull Schilling did go 1 out of 7, throwing a pick, but he had 1 completion for 7 yards, but 1 sack by the Faith defense in the second half lost them those 7 yards, so 0 net passing yards for North Central. They were penalized 6 times for 75 yards as well, picking up 7 first downs along the way and losing the 1 turnover by way of a Faith interception. So that is how this one comes to an end, and it is a 40-8 final in favor of the Longhorns in this one. With that, we give you big plays of the game, your player of the game as well. We'll start with the big plays of the game, which are sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Let's hear from them, and your big plays are next on KMLO.
At Jensen Rock and Sand of Mobridge, we work hard together as a team to make sure all your needs are met when it comes to your residential and commercial construction.
Whether it's a simple pail of rock or an entire basement, our staff will make sure you get what you need and back it up with the service that we've based our business on.
We want to take this time to wish the Mobridge Pollock athletes the best in the game and the season. Good luck from all of us at Jensen Rock and Sand of Mobridge.
Call 845-7213 today at Jensen Rock and Sand.
Well, Jensen Rock and Sand, thanking them again for giving us a place to sit. Our broadcast originating from the Jensen Rock and Sand broadcast booth. We'll get an opportunity to hear from Family Dental coming up in a bit. Venture Communications player of the game and the Real Tough Farm Products scoreboard also coming up in just a moment. But once again, our big plays of the game, really hard to pick one in particular. Certainly big plays from both teams to start the night. We were off to an 8-8 flying start in this one, but finally Faith breaks through despite opportunities to cash in on short yardage, short field situations. But I would say big play really when Faith took that lead at 16-8. Suddenly they got their passing game going, and that kind of got them some momentum. Even the running game started to get running in some good motion, good momentum. We're going to go with the Jess Harper to Matthew Gray 23-yard touchdown pass that put Faith up 16-8. That'll be the big play of the game, sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and in Gettysburg. Big plays of the game, and that was the one that got Faith going. They actually scored on 5 out of 6 possessions. The one they didn't was the one right before halftime, in which an interception was taken away. But that's good offense there for the Longhorns, and this one started with that Family Dental big play of the game as they win at 40-8. Now we'll hear from Family Dental, and we'll take a 60-second break, and we'll come back and listen and give you our player of the game that's sponsored by Venture Communications, serving North Central South Dakota, KMLO High School Football.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental.
There's Thursday Night Lights and all of the weekend highlights, but nothing beats Monday nights with Monday Night Football on Venture High Def TV. You'll catch all the action starting Monday, September 12th. Tune into ESPN Channel 21 as the Broncos head to Lumen Field and take on the Seahawks at 7 p.m. Venture Communications, your home for ESPN and Monday Night Football. Call Venture Communications today for High Def TV service and more. 852-2224.
Venture Communications, it's time for the naming of the player of the game in this one. North Central had some good efforts tonight, especially I think on the ground, hard yards as we mentioned from Landon Wolf, but pretty good games played defensively by a couple of guys. In particular, I thought Jade Jacobs in the second half, the freshman coming in and playing quite well. Spencer Beakler seemed to be all over the field on a defensive effort. Landon Wolf as well, defensively playing pretty good games. So there were some good plays made, but again, that offense just sputtering most of the night for the North Central Thunder. So you look on the winning side of things, and for the Faith Longhorns, you've got good running from Matthew Gray, a lot of nice receiving, and some more good defense on their side of the field, but it seemed like everything was centered around that quarterback that is a Plan B quarterback. Jess Harper's supposed to be a tight end, but when Brig Price went down in the second quarter of the season, Jess Harper was plugged into duty, and the senior hasn't disappointed. He's good for 216 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. He led his team with 55 yards on the ground, 4 total touchdowns as well for Jess Harper, and he is your player of the game, and that's sponsored by Venture Communications. We'll get him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments, leading his team to a 40-8 win over the North Central Thunder tonight. Jess Harper, your player of the game, sponsored by Venture Communications. All we've got left really to do is run down some scores, and we'll set you up with what's to come for both of these teams and for us. Here on KMLO, our scoreboard is brought to you by Real Tough Farm Products in Mobridge. Let's hear from them and the scores and the wrap-up coming up next.
Farmers and ranchers, at Real Tough, we have many reliable products you've come to know. But did you know we have self-standing panels, feeder panels, and an assortment of bale feeders? We offer many products that are durable, of the highest quality, and are reasonably priced. To get your bale feeders and self-standing panels that are quick and easy to install, give me a call at 605-845-3456 or check us out at realtough.com.
Real Tough Farm Products with the scoreboard. Once again, our final here, Faith defeating North Central by the score of 40-8, and we'll run down some scores from the rest of North Central, South Dakota. Checking first on the Mobridge Pollock Tigers, who lose for the first time this season. Good game at Tiger Stadium, but Redfield outlasts the Tigers by the score of 21-20. That game on Star 99. Now let's take a look in the 9-man ranks in Class 9B. Harriet Selby, the top team, on homecoming night in Selby, defeating Newell 72-0. Potter County losing at home in Hoven to Warner 60-12. Sully Buttes gets a mercy rule win over Sunshine Bible 50-0. In western South Dakota, that who Faith knows well, Phillip and Jones County go to the Scotties, and that one 42-6. Also in 9B, Faulkton area defeating Langford area 46-19 tonight. Lemon McIntosh, no match for Harding County Bison. That's 48-6 in Buffalo, and that's still in the third quarter. Wall has blanked Kadoka area 50-0. Oh boy, Wall looking good in that one. Kadoka area is not a bad team at all. Meanwhile, Ipswich, who gets Harriet Selby next week, they blanked Northwestern tonight 48-0. Castlewood, who North Central has in Eureka next week, they are third ranked, and they defeat Del Rapids St. Mary 60-6. So the Warriors going to be a tough opponent, definitely, for the Thunder next week. Number 1 Howard, by the way, over Coleman Egan 59-26. Lyman on KPLO, Mercy rules White River tonight 58-8, and Timberlake shuts out Dupree tonight 38-0. In the 9AA ranks, looking around for a couple of more scores, mentioned Ipswich blanking Northwestern, and I think that may be it. That's all we've got for the 9-man scores on the Real Tough Farm Products scoreboard. Once again, your final here, Faith defeating the North Central Thunder by the score of 40-8. Next up for the Thunder, we mentioned Castlewood in Eureka. That's a Friday night game. We'll have them back here on KMLO 2 weeks from tomorrow, a Saturday afternoon game in Watertown as they take on Great Plains Lutheran. Faith goes to McIntosh to battle the Cowboys in the McIntosh homecoming. That'll be Friday night next week. They have their own homecoming against Timberlake 2 weeks from tonight. Faith will be back on DRG Media Group station KGFX when they go to Stanley County, the final game of the regular season, October 14th. Next up with Harriet Selby at Ipswich here on KMLO next Friday night. I believe Dave Williams will be back on the call of that one. Hope you can join him for that and join us for high school football the rest of this season. On DRG Media Group from North Central South Dakota, we do have high school volleyball on KPLO FM tomorrow night as the Potter County Battlers entertain the Miller Rustlers. About 7:25 of the pregame there. Darren Boyle will have the call of high school volleyball on KPLO. Big thanks to you for joining us tonight, for Daniel Peterson running the show in studio, for our sponsors as well. Keep in mind this game has been live video streamed on the KMLO page of drgnews.com. Thanks to our video sponsors, CHS River Plains and Camby's Pass, and the scoreboard sponsor, thanks to Mobridge Regional Hospital and Clinics. Coverage of high school football on KMLO has been brought to you tonight by Make It AP Express, by Premier Equipment, Seed Solutions of Roscoe, by Core Trust Bank and Dale's Building Supplies, Turner Drug, Double M Crop Service, Roscoe Hardware and Arts Body Shop, by Rock Tough, Dakota Insurance Solutions, Drake's Place in Bowdle, Cox Meat Market, First State Bank of Roscoe, and Bowdle Healthcare. Our game brought to you within the broadcast as well by Jensen Rock and Sand, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, reminding you on your way home to keep your eyes on the road, not on your phone. And our Other sponsors in-game include CHS River Plains, Campbell County Collision Center, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Montana Dakota Utilities, AgTegra, Family Dental, Pier in Gettysburg, Venture Communications, and Real Tough Farm Products in Mobridge. One final time, your Real Tough scoreboard. Faith 40, North Central 8. For Dave Williams, I'm Brian Oakland, DRG Media Group Sports. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend, everybody.